You are listening to the Scare Performance Radio Network. If you're receiving this transmission, welcome to the apocalypse. Hey guys, what is up? I am your host with the most Scare Performance alongside Fizzy Pop and Nobles D tonight. We are bringing you these. I guess this is the Speakeasy tonight. Yeah, so the Speakeasy, and we're glad to be back with you guys once again. Another weekend night of broadcasting. Couple things. Apparently, tomorrow night, if you're in a darkly lit area of the country, go outside kind of late. It's probably around 1 o'clock at night. Going into Monday, and it's going to be a really nice meteor shower.
Ooh.
First seeds, I think, are here, and they say the news. Here's the thing. I mean, believe me, this ain't my first rodeo. So, anytime they're the news and everybody's like, "Oh my God, you've got to be out there tonight. You must see it." Dan, go, take your blanket, bundle up. It's going to be a sight to behold. And it's like a nothing burger, dude. Anyway, I feel like there's always a chance, that you're going to see a great show. So who knows? Maybe something good comes out of it. But I just wanted to inform my audience that there's a meteor shower. Also, I would like to say that yours truly came up with the greatest dad joke this week. I was so proud of
Okay.
myself.
Okay. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yep,
Let's
yep,
go.
yep, yep, yep. Okay, Fizzy. So one time I dated a girl that rode a bike, but I had to dump her because that bitch was psycho. Get it?
Yep. That's a dad joke.
Yeah,
It certainly
right?
is.
I didn't disappoint. I mean, I told you it was a dad joke. I mean, it's freaking great. I mean, dude, I laughed all the way to work with that one, but no one else seemed to think it was that funny. Typical. It's the great ones just not appreciated while they're still breathing on this world.
No,
I
they're
tell you,
not.
they're
In
not.
20
They're
years,
not. One
everyone's
day.
gonna be telling that joke, just like
Oh,
the
I
chicken
know.
across the road. It's gonna be part of everyone's vocabulary, and
Sure.
they'll never know
Sure.
where it came from.
Yeah, I think so. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but won't be here. But one day I'll get my my appreciation. It'll happen somewhere. So
Oh my gosh. So the other day we were going, I don't remember where we were going, but Joe had this crumpled up piece of paper in the truck, and I opened it up and it was full of corny jokes. Like that he had written all of these jokes
no,
down. And I was like, what is
no
this for?
way.
What is this for?
He wrote some jokes. Nice. Where is that
No.
crumpled piece of paper now?
I'll ask him if he still has it. I just like, why
Oh,
do you have this? Do you carry this around? Just whip it
you
out
need.
sometimes and tell someone a bad joke?
What are you doing? You take that piece of paper, you put it in your back pocket, and you save it for the show. That is gold.
All right, I'll
That way
try to
we can
get it
all
off
laugh
him.
on air. That'll be fantastic. Let's see here. People. What do we have? Let's see. Participants. Boy, you guys are a bunch of slackers. No one even in. I don't know. You guys getting notification? What's going on? What's happening? Don't know. But hey, we got Betty Greiser. We got Bob, Go Kart Bob, Neo Freak. We got Grand Tour Richard Cricket, Lord Frybread, Mike Bowman, Mandanamo, Mwahaha, Mwaha, Ha, Noise
Ah,
Guru, Umboste, Zeb, and many, many more hiding in the background. Let me say, who else is here? Probably, where's our boy here? Let me see. I don't see him. Well,
which one? The other one.
oh, you know, shoot.
Salty?
He's Salty, yeah,
Oh,
Salty's
he's
on.
here. He's always
You know
here.
he's. You know I know you're here, Salty. Just say hi. Watch. He'll come out. Say it, dude. Just do it. I know you're here. Stop playing around, bro. Just make yourself. I know you're here. Just slithering in the darkness. Yeah, he'll watch. He's gonna say it. He's gonna pop up. All right, so that's gonna be cool. So we got a few folks, and that's good, man. That's great. And we got 29 showing, 30. We can start the broadcast.
Cool.
So yeah, I ain't doing nothing until I get 30. Come on, let's do it. Come
How?
on,
Watch
huh?
people start leaving just to
I know
get
they would.
mad.
They probably will. We're like, screw you guys. Just kidding. All right, let's see. News. What we got? Well, first we got some memes to show you. I got Fizzy sent these in. Here we go. This is last month. My cat disappeared. A week ago, I found him and brought him home. Today, my cat came back. Now I have two identical cats. So
That's a
so
glitch. That is a matrix glitch right there.
see, I don't know. Doppel. What is that?
They're
Double
even the
catter
same
thing? I don't
chubbiness.
know.
They're
They
the same
are.
weight and they're the same
It
everything.
does look strange. But then again, how do we know this fool didn't have two cats? And or maybe it's he had two kittens and he gave one away and then he's just watching one of the cats. We know
Either
nothing about
way,
this person.
either
We
way,
don't
it's
know.
rare for two cats to be identical, even if they're from the same litter. It's pretty rare. And having
Yeah,
them be the same weight and the same,
yeah.
like,
They do look
everything.
pretty. Well, this one's got a little white dot on its nose. I don't see one here. So maybe there's something going on. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, it's cute. It's a funny story and all, but dude, look at this guy. He looks like a cat person, cat man.
I
He
would
probably
keep
has.
them both. I think they're cute.
They are cute. Look, all I'm saying is we haven't seen Colin Kaepernick in a while. Yeah, true, dude. Right? It's so true.
They finally did
Uh,
admit that that was
yeah.
a male. They were,
Nah.
yep, they were trying to like give all these excuses about them being intersex or them just being like a woman with more testosterone. They finally did admit, yes, it was a man that beat
Hmm.
her up. I am a cat lady. I got my two babies.
I
Nothing
always
wrong.
thought if you were intersex, you were just afraid to have sex outdoors. I didn't
No.
know it meant anything. I don't
Well, it's
understand all
just
the sex.
it's a more polite way of saying hermaphrodite.
Oh. Hmm.
I'm not sure what causes it, but it does still happen. It's very, very super rare though.
Sure. Well, they should just get a medal for being one. And that'll just end it all. Like every Olympics comes around and you just have like the podium for the hermaphrodites and you just give them medals. That way everyone's happy and they're all included. They didn't do anything. Don't make them. They don't have to do nothing. They don't have to run. They don't have to get
Well,
on the
I say
balance
like
beam. You know.
cuz usually they'll lean one way or the other, and this one obviously leans male, so he should be with the males,
Uh
you
huh.
know.
Uh, well, I
Or
mean,
maybe
just
it's just
I'm just
Colin Kaepernick. Who knows?
I just think it's a bunch of people just they just want they just want praise for something they just haven't
Mhm.
done, or they're just trying to find an edge in this world to sort of become
Do you know
famous.
what drives me absolutely
It's
bonkers?
weird.
Is there's so much hate for like the basic white man, right?
Yes,
But
I
as soon
hate.
as he
Yes,
puts on a dress, he's stunning and brave. That's the same person you didn't like before, you know?
it's so true, right? It's like you are, you colonizing piece of shit, and all of a sudden he's like, "But wait, I want to be a girl." And he's like, "Oh my god, you're stunning and brave."
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So true. I would like Noble a lot better if he'd wear a dress. I just convince him to do it. But
Why, Dan?
I'm just saying it would be nice to that way we're DEI on this channel. You know,
I'll wear the dress,
Actually,
okay?
it'd be more
Don't do
like
that to Noble.
DIE. That'd be like this. Everyone would want a DIE on it.
We are super diverse. We've got
Yeah.
a Texan, a Canadian, and a New Yorker.
You make
That's
me
pretty
sound like I'm
diverse.
make me sound like I'm sort of like
The South is completely foreign to me, yes. I
oh
does
my god. Yeah.
the things you
I
guys
know.
do down there.
You make it sound like I'm just like, some weird like some sort of gnome that just
Well,
that's just you're not sure if I'm a fictional character or not. I'm just I'm just out there, just whatever. It's like, yeah, these people, there's a place called Texas, and they're really the magical place, but very
they have
strange.
big hair, a cowboy hat,
Yeah.
and they barbecue with a mop.
Oh man, they barbecue with a mob. I don't think we barbecue with mobs.
I've
I don't know
seen it,
where.
Dan.
Oh my god. Okay, let's see what else we got. We got this dude here. I think he's called the Clark Kent of the
Mm-hmm.
Olympics, right? Yeah, he wears the glasses and he does like he's what is he? He's doing
Oh,
gymnastics, right?
yeah, gymnastics. I don't remember what his event was.
My man's just taking a power nap between dude. That's because he's up all night partying, dude. Especially gymnasts, they're just dude. The
Yeah, I
girls,
heard the
it's gonna
Olympic
be
Village gets
crazy.
nuts.
Oh, dude, it's yeah. I've heard stories. Anyway, yeah, dude's tired, man. He's been up all night.
And
It's
he
about
just woke
time,
up, got a medal, and there you go.
dude. Right? This is the greatest meme ever, and I think everyone would love to see this happen. Like somehow George Lucas, there's like some sort of clause that if they f up his shit so bad, he can actually buy it back and right the ship. That would be awesome.
Well, it's just like what Harrison Ford did. He's like, I'll do another Star Wars if you kill Han Solo, so I never have to do another one.
Mm, that's funny. You don't want to do Han Solo anymore?
Nope.
Damn, that's so sad. That was the one character I did like.
Yeah,
Still,
but he doesn't
I
like the new movies. He don't want to be in there.
dude, I didn't know who knew what a bitch fucking Luke would turn out to be. Oh my god, what a bitch, Luke. I mean, dude,
Mm-hmm.
I had no
Super
idea,
lefty.
dude, that he would be just. I mean, seriously, like he was my hero, man, back in the day. Like as a kid, like who didn't want him to
Yeah,
be Luke Skywalker? Oh my god. And then what have you become, bro? I mean, it's like you're such a bitch.
he did a lot of stuff. In the '90s, he was voiced like a lot of cartoon characters and stuff. Like he was really good, and then all of a sudden, mm,
Mark Hamill. Yeah. He's just every time you hear him talk, he's just so and I mean he tried to do he came back and they that last Star Wars and they tried to
they made him a
resurrect
drunk
him.
hobo
Oh, I
that,
know.
and he couldn't even fight anymore. He had to use that
No.
other girl to fight.
Yeah. Let's see. Says the opening ceremony of the Olympics was a mockery to God and Christianity. Some say this. Others, that's a stretch. It's just art. Plus, they weren't mocking God. They were honoring what is it? Dionysus, the god of drunkenness, lust, debauchery, insanity, and ritualistic sacrifices. So
Yeah.
there. So
So there's
there.
nothing wrong
Take
with it.
that, Christians. You and your Bible. Um, Ontario Stormwatch posted this. You got to be kidding me. Is this real?
Yes.
Is the
Yes,
actual
it's from their
clipping?
Facebook page.
Oh
Yeah.
my
The
lord.
comments were hilarious.
Jesus, dude. There's nothing like getting green penis, like in the middle of summer. It
I
sucks.
cannot believe that no one saw that
Mm.
and was just like, maybe we should change the shape a little bit, just
Well, add
anything.
something to it. You got the zone right here, and then which wait a minute. When is this thing still? Is this real? Is this actual like up to date
Yeah,
news?
yeah,
What hurricane
the
is this, or is this a
Debbie.
chopper? Debbie.
Yeah, we got
Oh, Debbie's
hammered
still hanging
again.
around.
Yeah.
Wasn't Debbie? Dude, wait a minute. Why is Debbie still here? You tell me Debbie stalled out and has just been chilling, and now she's building up steam again? Is that what we're hearing? I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. This was August 13th. Let's see. Wait a minute. Is this? This is one day ago. Okay. I don't know, man. That's a trip. I can't believe I didn't know Debbie was still around. Well.
We got
Uh,
smacked by the last one, and we got smacked again.
I'm just glad she didn't do Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah.
I should have screenshotted some of the comments. It was hilarious. Like someone wrote, like we're just getting the depth.
Sad news for some people here. Susan, I think you say Wojcicki, former YouTube CEO and influencer, Google executive, dies at 56. She was apparently
She
fighting
doesn't.
lung cancer.
Oh, I was gonna say she didn't
Yeah.
really seem sick.
Yeah, she stepped down. I think she wasn't. Probably she wouldn't. Whatever. She was. I mean, hey. I mean, there was a lot about her that a lot of us hated, especially during the COVID years, and we were like, dude, what the hell? And so, yeah, she apparently passed away young, very young. So that's the story anyway. I wonder if it was, related, but I don't know. Don't know. Next up here, it's game on. ABC News says Harris Trump have agreed to the presidential debate on September 10th.
This ought to be good.
It's gonna be great. Oh, and don't forget, I'm just I was watching his Trump speech. Like I guess he had one in Montana yesterday. Dude,
Hmm.
I laughed so hard. He cracks me up, man. He kills me. Like once you get past the mean old white guy thing and you just like look at him for just being a dude who's up there just in what he's dealt with. This
Okay,
shit is funny. He's
I
fucking
got a
funny.
question. I got a question.
Yeah.
Ask a liberal
Uh-huh.
if Donald Trump transitioned, if they would vote for him, the first trans president. Wouldn't he
They
be
wouldn't.
instantly forgiven if he put a dress
No.
on?
No.
I don't know.
They
I don't know.
no, that Trump derangement syndrome, whatever that stuff is called, man, that runs deep. It's crazy.
But
Like
don't
you,
dead name him, Dan.
hmm,
Don't dead name him.
what I do? Dead
You called
name.
him by his male name. He's a female now.
Dead name. I
Yeah,
forgot that
that's
terminology.
literally what they
I
call
can't
it.
keep up with all the new terminology. I swear, it's like I don't even know. Thank God I'm not in some really corporate job where, like,
You
like
have to
work
go
for
to
a
the
major.
trainings and things.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Oh shit. I've heard about the trainings.
The question
Dude, it's
is,
awful.
if Trump
Mhm.
transitioned, would you be more or less likely to vote for him?
I'd
Given
still vote
given
for
my
him.
choices, yeah, I'd still vote for him. Shit. Screw it. He'd still be badass in a dress. It'd be weird as shit
It would
watching
be
him up there.
hilarious. It would be hilarious because then he could say,
Actually,
You're
"You
going to
are
vote for a
mocking a
dude.
trans woman."
yeah, because
They
I
couldn't say
And
figure he's
anything
just,
mean anymore.
I would feel like the whole thing was a troll anyway. He's just
Hmm.
up there just doing it just for votes. I'm like this dude here, man. I mean, he's willing to pull all the punches. You know what I'm saying? He's not pulling anything. He's
I
going
don't
to
think you
throw.
would.
No, he wouldn't.
I don't think you would vote for anybody.
What's that?
Seriously. If Trump started wearing a dress, you're going to vote for him.
Yeah, because
Bullshit.
I would
I
honestly, I
wouldn't
would.
believe that he was doing it for real.
I wouldn't
Alex
believe it
Jones
was
never taught
real.
you a thing.
I wouldn't believe it was real, man. I would be like, you know what? This is all
Right.
for
So,
votes. So fuck it. He
well,
gets
you
my
don't think
vote.
that's real. Obviously, none of it would be real at that point.
Bro, half of the shit we even deal with is not real. And we
Yeah.
know, I mean, did you see the Kamala Harris speaking of that, did you see those rallies she did? The first thing I said when I saw those was like, that is a fucking green screen. I was like,
Hmm.
she is literally being. There's no way that's those because it was so weird. You could see that it was green, blue screen, whatever, where she was like
Yeah,
they
she
were
got
showing people
called
behind
out for
her.
that.
Yeah, there's no way that
Because
that
they
shit was
added
real.
people in with AI, and some of the people don't look right because it was the
Yeah.
AI. I think I sent you the Twitter for that.
You did send that to me. Anyway, we had this one. This is great. This is she started doing the Hillary Clinton thing with the Southern accent. It's just fucking funny.
So kind of like, how do people not, like, they talk about cultural appropriation all the time, but someone mocking your accent is fine.
Yeah.
You know?
I like
So
this guy right
cringe.
here. If there was, I don't even think he's really. He's like like a cutout. This white
Like
guy
a
right
blow
here.
up doll. Yeah.
Like you got the token white boy right here. It's just funny. All right, here we go.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024.
2024.
Yes, we will. So let's get right. So in this campaign, I will proudly put my record against his any day of the week. Any day of the week. Including, for example, on the issue of immigration.
Okay. There's some of that.
Lame.
And yeah, we had this parody call. This will probably get me. I'll probably have to remove this part of the broadcast just because of how.
Well, I don't know if that guy is really like copyright crazy, so maybe we'll be okay.
It's that fact that, well, you'll see. It's just the fact that you're sort of what he did when he did a sort of a mashup on, with taking sound bites and stuff and making it sound like whatever. They probably get all like real touchy about this right now. Anyway, I could see him doing it. But anyway, I'm playing it anyway. I don't care. But here we go.
Hi, this is Tim.
It's Kamala Harris. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, you weren't my first choice. To be honest, you weren't even in my top 10. But no one else wants to run as my VP because they all know I'm going to lose. You are the only one who is willing to be my running mate.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically career suicide. But I did some dumb shit a few years back, and now I'm totally controlled by the deep state. And so they told me either I become your running mate or I get Epstein in a New York prison.
Now, the fact that we're radical communists is a slight problem, but I got some instructions from Big Daddy Barack. Basically, we're going to pretend that you're a normal American white guy. There's a bunch of things you did that we got to run away from here. You passed a law requiring tampons in the boys' bathroom in schools. You basically cheered on the George Floyd rioters who burned down your cities. You implemented a snitch hotline during COVID. And Tim, you signed a law that allows the state to take custody of children if their parents refuse to let them transition. I mean, what the f***, Tim? We got a lot of people.
I mean, what the fuck, Tim? Oh, God, I wish this was real.
Listen, we already got the mainstream media gaslighting America into thinking that you're super normal.
This is America's dad, America's football coach, and the teacher that's cool enough without trying to be cool.
A lot of people have noticed this sort of down-to-earth, likable quality to him.
He's very moderate in Congress.
A moderate Democrat, a centrist, but a more centrist.
Kind of a centrist Midwesterner in persona.
That's pretty funny because I'm weird as f.
Americans anything with them.
They are so dumb, right?
They think I'm black. Here's the plan. In order to hide your own weirdness, we want you to accuse Trump and J.D. Vance of being weird. Just say it over and over again.
Weird, 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 weird. And then they start being weird. They're weird, 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 weird. Donald Trump's weirdness. Very weird, weird. It's just too weird. It's weird, weird. Okay, so how far left are we admitting to being here? Like, are we openly woke?
We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah. No. We're
Wow,
so
she's awkward
right now. We want to keep the voters confused. You know when your GPS suddenly starts rerouting inexplicably and you have no idea where you're going and you're afraid your GPS might just drive you off a cliff? We're exactly like that.
What do we say if reporters ask us about policy stuff?
Oh, we're not taking questions from reporters, Tim. We're not prepared for that. But if you do find yourself in a tricky spot with a reporter, just cackle.
Cackle.
Yeah, cackle.
You're considered the most liberal United States senator.
Somebody said that, and it actually was Mike Pence on the debate stage. But
Yeah. And is that a socialist or progressive perspective?
No. What do you want to know?
Wow, that's horrifying.
Exactly. It's horrifying. Distracting. Okay, so Tim, tell me, your radical left political views, are those real?
Oh, no, of course not. No, honestly, I will have whatever political views you pay me to have.
I love it, Tim. You're like the white male version of me.
You're right. No one voted for me either. Hey, Kamala, let's see what can be unburdened by what has been.
All right, buddy. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Hey, you ever notice that Harris Waltz sounds like Harry Balls?
I had not noticed that. Thank you for that.
Oh my God. That's so funny. That was a great clip, Izzy. Thank you.
I loved it.
Oh, that's so good. All right. So then we had, what else is next? Let's see. Oh, this one. Yeah, the IOC president says there's no scientific system in place to identify what is a woman.
Really?
Wow.
So
yeah.
chromosomes and DNA and stuff aren't
I-
scientific?
I don't know. See what he has to say.
He is presenting us scientifically a solid system how to identify men and women. We're the first ones to do it. We do not like this uncertainty. We do not like it for the overall situation for nobody. So we would be more than pleased to look into it.
And I put this clip in because I know how we can do this. Well, wait.
Just wait here a minute.
Somewhere outside, like California, raise your hands. Yes.
Have a penis.
Go.
Boys have a penis. Girls have a vagina.
Thanks for.
There you go. It's that simple. I don't know why the IOC guys are so confused, about everything. I mean, I learned that in Kindergarten Cop back in 1990. There you go. This is interesting. These are places to not go.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like,
Roswell. Yeah, they don't want us finding out.
yeah, conspiracy fans of outer space should be at least familiar with this town of Roswell. But apparently they say when you go there, it's just like a tourist trap, and they have like this goofy shit like this, like you can go look at, pay to look at like aliens like hung on a wall, and it's just, that's it. Like, okay, well, thanks for your money. Atlantic City Boardwalk has become a ghost town. Apparently, after years of just casinos, amusements, old mobster history, and themes that what once attracted many tourists here, but have lacked upkeep and has really worn out their shine. The beach has long since become a rundown tourist trap and has become tacky and outdated. Like,
I kind of want to go now.
Like an out of place reminders of what it was. And
Yeah.
there it is right there. And it doesn't look
So
that
it'd be
bad
like
to me.
it'd be like going back to the 80s or something. Isn't he cool?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's so good. I love the waves they got, going. It's so cute. Like they used to do all this stuff in the stores. And I don't know, it's kind of retro, man. I'm digging it. Yeah, I like it too. Looks like it'll be fun. But apparently it's no one's down there anymore. You probably just go there to get stabbed nowadays. Probably about it. That's the best you can hope for. Let's see, Moquie Cave. Moquie Cave, found in southern Utah. I've never heard of it. Is a location that looks for far more interesting on the internet than it does in person. Online, you can read about its history. Let's see, where the Anasazi people once used it as a food storage, and occasionally when it was later used as a speakeasy during the 1920 Prohibition. In the 1950s, the site was purchased by Laura and Garth Chamberlain, who opened a tavern, dance hall, and museum, but that's essentially where the interest ends. And there it is.
So they built a bar inside a cave?
Yeah, basically. and it's like a
Oh,
tourist
really?
trap. You can go visit it, and it's like great. It's like the tallest, or the biggest ball of yarn. Like, oh, look at that. It's like okay, cool. So let's see. The Market Theater gum wall is more disgusting than interesting. Apparently, there's a gum wall where people has at this theater, Washington's Market Theater, and they have a wall where people have just it's become customary to stick your gum to it, and over the years, maybe decades, this has continued being the tradition, and there it is, the gum wall.
Ew.
I mean, with the rise of COVID, you have thought we would have probably eradicated something like this. I mean, who knows
That's
what kind of germs are just
disgusting.
building up right there. It looks so gross,
A lot of people seem to
Yeah.
like Big Red, though.
Look at all that gum. This is
Ugh.
just gross. But anyway, there you go. Let's see. The Faneuil Hall Quincy Market. This
Oh,
is
I
in
went. I've been
Boston.
there.
Have
It was.
you?
It was stupid.
Was it? Not as cool as it would. It looks.
Well, from the sound of it, I thought it would have more like stores and things. It was
Right.
kind of nothing there.
No. It's probably just a bunch of overpriced shit.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. So Ava Maria Grotto has long since been outgrown. Let's see here. I guess this is a place where
Oh, that's kind of cool, though.
this
They
is
built little
Coleman,
castles.
Alabama, is home to Ava Maria Grotto, a park on the grounds of St. Bernard Abbey. The particularity that draws many visitors here is 125 miniature replicas of reproductions of various religious structures from around the world. While those interested in religious history might gain something from the trip here, anyone uh, anyone would soon realize that it might have just been better to visit the actual places themselves. And there it is right here.
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
I mean, sure, it's a little miniature. It looks like dollhouses and stuff. It's kind of interesting. Do I make a trip out to see it? Maybe,
Nah.
maybe if I'm driving by and I get a flat tire, and I got some time till somebody comes and changes it out. Sure. Or I need a tow truck. The Christmas Story home, the 1983 film, A Christmas Story, is a timeless classic and one many break out every year when the holiday season rolls around. That would be me. While it has many fans, it's hard to believe that there are diehard enough to want to visit the very house and museum for the film. The museum might have some interesting items for those who are into the film history, but the house is just that, a regular Ohio house. Well, I, for one, would like to visit the Christmas Story house. Hell yes. Put it on the bucket
Yeah,
list.
why not?
Hell yeah, that'd be great. I love the Christmas Story. One of my favorite movies of all time. I would totally be down with seeing that. Rhode Island's mysterious Viking tower. Nobody really knows where it came from. Nobody really knows if Vikings built it. There is a structure here.
That's
It's
kind of
interesting,
cool.
but nobody really has any history on it, and it just sits. And what the hell it is? Who the hell
How do you
knows?
even get in?
I don't even know. Why does it have a window? It doesn't even look like it has a floor. I don't know. It's a very weird little place. Somebody was obviously like, maybe there was I don't know why why they built it, or there's no history, but there it is. It says
The
in
park's a
theory.
UFO on top, Dan.
Well, that was one thought. It probably had some sort of. It was probably some sort of porthole or something like that. To another dimension, or probably had some sort of significance. But who knows? The busy Mall of America. If you go to Bloomington, Alabama, or Bloomington, Minnesota, excuse me, there in America, boasts over 500 stores, an entire theme park, an aquarium, and dozens of attractions to get as much foot traffic through its doors. And yet, for all its size and options of things to do, it still manages to suffer from many tourists' worst nightmare: overcrowding. It's so busy that you won't be able to find a quiet day to visit if you want to take some time shopping, since everyone is always on the move to cover as much ground as possible. So it's like being in a stampede, apparently. Like there's so many people at this mall, and it's so big and so vast. And they say by the end of the day, you are kind of excited to be there, but the luster soon wears off, and you realize it's just a mall. So go home. Go home. Times Square is both overwhelming and underwhelming. Times
Agreed.
Square in New York is one place that every tourist guide recommends. But I mean, why? I mean, what really? The only part you want to see is this right here. Well, all the screens, you see it, you're like, oh, wow, this is where it's Times Square, cool.
Well,
This
I
is where they drop
remember when we went.
That's it.
Do you remember when they were doing on MTV Total Request Live?
Yeah, no.
You could stand outside and wave, and you might be able to get in or be on TV. So that's what we did.
Oh, didn't they use? I was thinking like, and what was this again?
Total Request Live.
Oh, because I remember they do like the Today Show or something from Times
Yeah,
Square.
you can do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, people stand for the signs and all that.
Oh, what was that guy's name? The host. He was so hot. That's why everyone wanted to get on the show. Carson Daly. Thank you, Crunch B.
Oh.
Dan, what was your view on the time or Times Square Mandela effect?
It was Times Square.
What'd you just say?
Isn't it time? Isn't it? Wait a minute. It was a Times Square Times. No, it's Times Square. Sorry.
Can you put that in a different form of information? With or
Just
without
spell
an S?
times.
Time.
Times or time?
Times Square.
Times Square. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't one that I knew, really, really well, but it seemed like it was incorrect now to me,
You know what's weird too about this area? I mean, call me crazy, but maybe because there's more stuff going on over here or whatever, but it looks awfully crowded. I thought it was a bigger opening, like a bigger area.
That Y area opened up more? Probably.
Yeah, it was opened up more. Like a big open part of the city. It just maybe
you're
the way
right.
this picture is taken, it just looks really crowded to me. I always thought it kind of changed a little bit. That's kind of Mandela for me. Actually, the time in times as well.
I missed a giant cup of ramen. I don't know why I liked it so much.
Maybe check out a couple other images, see what it looks like.
Yeah, it might be bigger in other images. How about Buffalo Bill's grave? That's another tourist trap, considered to be one of America's first ever superstars. You think the grave of Buffalo Bill, found in Golden, Colorado, would be a bit more exciting. However, it's pretty much just a grave like any other. Sure, it has a fence and perhaps a bit more done up compared to the average person, but it's hardly the tourist attraction many make it up to be. Instead, it's if you're interested in its history, you should visit the nearby Buffalo Bill Museum. Okay, there it is. There's a grave. You'll drive all out there and see Buffalo Bill. And pardon me for my lack of Americanism here, but I know Buffalo Bill. Geronimo? Was there someone Geronimo? I'm really rusty on the story of Buffalo Bill right now. I am drawing a blank. I know who he is. I've heard his name. I just can't remember what he did. Dude, the sad part is the German that's watching this show right now probably knows more about Buffalo Bill than me right now. And that's just fucking sad. But anyway, okay. The Mars Cheese Castle is a strange money grab. It's not a secret that Wisconsin loves its cheese, but the Mars Cheese Castle, found in Kenosha, is a bit extreme. Known as a cheese landmark and famous for its cheesehead hats, the Cheese Castle is popular because it's strange. Cheese is just what it's known for, and they have plenty of options alongside the popular things you'd enjoy with cheese, such as sausage, wine, specialty condiments. It's also seriously overpriced for something so clearly a novelty for its strangeness. So you go here, and I guess this is the Cheese Castle. You must visit the castle and
The
eat
castle's
the
made of
cheese.
cheese?
No, that would be disgusting. Okay, that's gross. You cannot make a castle out of cheese. Not one that's going to be long standing anyway. No, I believe the cheese is inside, and you go in and you sample all the cheese, and you know, all that
I
kind of
think
stuff.
I think you're absolutely right about Times Square. It does look like it's very crowded. I've looked at pictures from
I know, me
all
too.
angles.
I looked
It's
up I brought
narrow.
up some images, and it all, it's like there's not much there.
Really?
Not
Yeah.
much opening.
It was an open, bigger area. Let's explore this a little bit further. You guys, can you put some links in the
Just go Google image, right? You should be able to get an average or an idea.
I'm lazy. I don't want to. I thought maybe you could just show me your top 3. I don't know.
Well, it's all the same. It's all showing that really skinny look to it.
This might be where they filmed the rovers, guys. Here, look at this place. Craters of the Moon, Idaho. Craters of the Moon is a fantastic name for a national monument and preserve in Snake River Plain, Idaho. Let's see. The exciting name is essentially where the interest ends for those who aren't interested in the area's geography or geology, which consists of 3 lava fields and a steppe grassland broken up by a massive rift cracks, one of which is the deepest known on Earth. While this is all interesting from a natural history point of view, the average tourist would hardly be interested. With the awesome name leading to many disappointments. So here is this place right here, and it literally looks like what we've seen with the Martian rover. I mean, it's telling you right there. Who knows? Who knows? Interesting.
Oh, you guys can hear my cricket?
Is that your cricket? Yes, I can. I
I'm
wasn't sure.
sorry. I don't even know where he is. I think he's out in the hall.
Let me look this up. All right.
Look how skinny. There should be a big, wide, like they have all sorts of events in the square. It should be wide enough for everyone to fit, not just like a tiny road there, you know?
Yeah,
skinny.
I feel like it's something. Like it's way too skinny, dude. Like, it's weird. I noticed it back when they were doing at the New Year's celebrations. I was like, do you might remember in the 80s when there would be thousands of people partying down in that area? And it looked like you could see a lot of people. And then they did it. And I remember there was like hardly anybody there. It was really weird. Anyway, here it is with this is it. I don't know. It just looks like,
Skinny.
we've had all those changes with New York anyway. So, who knows, man? Maybe things are a bit different. Here's a more of an upper view of it. This looks a little better. Doesn't look as compact. That's a little better. But I just feel like this area
there was more of a pedestrian space.
It seemed like it. This looks like this also looks like Las Vegas.
If you type in vintage with the 2, like you said in the 80s. So I started looking at old images there just a bit ago. Because maybe, the look of things change. But no, it still looks messed up. To tell you the truth, I think something's actually literally changed the way the roads are. Something's different.
Well, New York got squished because
I know.
It used to take longer to get to New York City than it does now. So maybe New York just kind of got smushed down, and it had.
Is that building still there? That one in the middle? That like it angles out both ways. Okay.
Yeah, it's got lots of billboards all over it.
Oh, okay.
Used to have the cup noodle.
So right now it does like an X. If you see a general picture, this kind of is one, but the roads kind of have this X look to it. And I'm not so sure that's the way it was. There was 2 going off on 45s for sure. And you're right. There was more pedestrian area. It was just open brick,
I just remember it being. How do I describe it? It just seemed now again, there are a lot more signs than there used to be. You know what I'm saying? They've added a lot more. They used to have just a couple of these, right? Now they got ads everywhere and shit. And this building also is taken away. This is a flat, like literally skinny right here, but they've added all these signs like Fizzy said. So you can't even see the building. It's just like a pillar of advertisement. So, I mean, there could be some of that too, just kind of taking away from it all. But I don't know, man. Something about it always, last couple of years, I kept thinking, what is wrong with Times Square? Why does it look so small to me? Anyway, could be some, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But let's see here.
I wonder if there's any indication in the amount of numbers a crowd, like say in the old newspapers, find some giant numbers and see if it still applies properly. The crowd in Times Square, right, for New Year's or something.
Yeah.
If it used to be some ridiculous size number, now it isn't.
Oh, right. Well, I remember at least back in the day when you would watch those, the ball drop, it looked like, man, there were just people piled in there. Now obviously a couple years ago when I watched it during like the COVID era, it was not so much, right? I mean, it was literally dead that one year. And I think the hosts like got drunk on air and stuff like that. Do you remember that? That was so weird. Like I guess it was CNN hosts that were doing it, like Don Lemon. They're all like drunk. Do you remember that? People? That was so weird. I was like,
No.
this is really sus. Yeah, it just seemed like so dystopian. Like we had just reached this level, like where the host of the show on TV, like, the professionalism was just out the window. I mean, but people hadn't come anymore. It looked so sad. Like we were partying the new year, but there was no one really there. And if you did go, it was strange. And then they were drunk, and yeah, it was odd.
I got a new plan, Dan.
What's up?
Instead of coming out to Texas, we should meet in Atlantic City and go to that vintage boardwalk thingy.
That's really white of you, Fizzy. Atlantic City. And where's Atlantic City? In New Jersey?
Guess what else is in Atlantic City?
What?
Beef Wellington.
I got news for you. I already had it.
I know you cheated on me.
I already had it, and I already went to see my boy at Hell's Kitchen. So,
all right, chat. I'm going to tell you a story.
Oh God.
Me and Dan used to watch Hell's Kitchen all the time because we couldn't sleep. So he said, if we ever get rich or famous from YouTube or whatever, we're going to go to Hell's Kitchen. And do you know what he did? He took someone else to Hell's Kitchen.
Oh my God.
And got Wellington
so
without
messed
me.
Up. It's so.
It is messed up. You should
oh my
feel bad.
God!
You should feel
no,
bad.
I get you're totally not even doing.
I'm
This story
speechless.
is so fabricated
I'm absolutely
right now.
speechless.
Oh my God, you were worse than Kamala. I can't believe you even just went down this road. And I just used to adore the beef Wellington. I used to tell you how much I wanted to try it. I don't remember this story about like once I became rich and famous from YouTube or something that we were gonna go eat Wellington.
You promised me a Wellington and you took someone else.
I was in Vegas. It just happened that way. It wasn't that I was planning on it. There was Hell's Kitchen.
I'm just picking on you.
I know. Oh man, that's so funny. Let's see. Lothar. Here's a Mandela fact for you. Central Park is humongous compared to my reality. Central Park is huge. I agree. Central Park is massive now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that actually was a bit larger for sure. And yeah, I don't know the relative size of it right now, but it does seem quite a bit bigger. Okay.
It has like a lake in it.
Yeah,
Not
dude,
small.
it's crazy, right? Let's see. Oh yeah,
I'm not saying there wasn't a lake. I'm just saying like it looks pretty damn big,
Yeah. I'm just still looking at some of these tourist traps to stay away from. Well, Las Vegas the whole place is a tourist trap. I mean, it's if you're gonna go, dude, you can't. Dude, that place is crazy. Speaking of which, we were just talking about that with the Hell's Kitchen thing. Everything is ridiculously priced now. There's no more deals. Forget about it. Okay, I mean, you're gonna go spend a lot of money in Vegas. there used to be a kind of a, you know, you'd go to Vegas and they would have deals on the food or something. If you're staying at the hotel, you know, you get the buffet relatively inexpensive, right? Not anymore, man. Everything is just gouging. It's so bad. You just kind of, you're looking forward to leaving, so you just quit bleeding money from that place, because really it's geared up to play casino games and stuff like that. And you just, when you first get there, the lights and everything, you're like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. And you want, you know, just like, I'll try to win in Vegas, like, you know, like everybody does that same BS. But
My aunt and uncle go every year.
yeah, and it's fun if you know what you're doing and you kind of, you know, you sort of, it's sort of like, I don't know, you sort of soak it in and you kind of know what you're doing, okay? But the first time you get there, like you'll think, oh yeah, I'll play some games. You're just throwing your money away, and you're trying stuff. A lot of it, you're throwing money on things you're trying because you don't really know how to play, and you're trying to learn, but you got to play with real money in order to learn. So
I
you
always just liked the slot machines. We have a casino near us called Turning Stone.
uh-huh.
It's a really nice casino, and we'd go down. We'd only go down for like a couple hours. You know, like I'd be like, "This is how much money I want to spend," and that's about it. But they used to give you $10 a month to play slots, like if you had a member card. So
Even back in like 2012, maybe, when I went a couple times, it was, everybody was money hungry. There was no
Yeah.
money, like from the cabbies to everybody was just money hungry because it was nothing. It was kind of a bit of a turnoff, you know.
Dude, it's like this. Every time you turn around Vegas, every time you, like, the only thing that I spent money on and I spent a lot of money on the tickets too. It was like, holy fuck. But I spent money to go see Cirque du Soleil.
Ooh.
Okay. And that was really cool. That was like back in 2006. I saw it was a performance by Cirque du Soleil, and where they turned the stage into water. Shit was crazy. And so
That
yeah,
does sound really cool.
it was cool. And you know, comparatively now, you know, like I don't know what are tickets now to, you know, to like say any of like Hot Star right
show.
now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
what are tickets to, like, what's her name?
Brittany?
Not Brittany, no. What's her name? Damn it. The one that sings, that has all the shit, the blonde. You can't think of her name? You know, the one I'm talking about. Who's the most famous singer right now?
Right now?
Really? Really, Fizzy?
Oh,
I'm
Taylor
trying.
Swift.
Taylor Swift. I couldn't think of her name. Yeah, Taylor Swift. Okay, what are tickets to
Say
Taylor
Tate
Swift?
McRae?
Oh, I thought you meant like that has a permanent show in Vegas. That's Lady
Oh,
Gaga.
no. I'm talking about, like, just to go to a Taylor Swift concert. Like, that's got to be what? At least $250 a head, right? For minimum.
More. No,
Oh,
more.
she's coming to Toronto.
Yeah.
Let me see how much
Well,
it costs.
You can't really get a ticket unless you get it second bought or
Yeah.
you're part of her club, essentially. They're all bought up. Like, you'd
So
never
in-
get your hands on one, so you have to buy them off a scalper, which means they're going way up.
So in 2006, I went to see Cirque du Soleil. I waited too long to buy tickets, so all they had was like the first 7 rows. Okay, and those tickets were $130 each. And I was like, oh shit!
Dan.
But I was on my honeymoon, and I didn't want to look like a, you know, cheap ass, you know, just newly married. So hey, whatever. So I was like, okay, well, she wants to see the show, so I'll pay it. So I did. You know,
Dan.
but you know, I mean, looking back and looking at what things cost now, it's not so bad. What's up?
$2,421.
Really?
For Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard lots of numbers on the radio.
Jesus, that's crazy.
It's
So
thousands, depending what's going on. It can be up to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000.
Yeah, they've got one
tickets.
they've got one for $3,389. Lowest price is $1,755.
Yeah, that girl wields a lot of power, man. I mean, she can charge.
I don't
She
really
can.
like her music though.
Well, I'm just saying, like there are girls that are like don't know. They're under the spell bad. The Swifties, you got to watch those girls. You know what? All she's got to do is snap her fingers and be like, listen, you need to kill all the boys you can. You'll have millions of Swifties chasing you down. I'm just saying, it's kind of scary.
For some good content on the internet.
Probably. Yeah. Just watch
it wouldn't
out.
be a one-way battle, that's for sure. Well,
Yeah, I know.
at the very least, like there'd be both sides things happening, clearly.
Clearly. The desert in Maine. When one thinks of Maine, we picture coastal communities, dense forest, deep green, and lakes. However, they do have particular attraction. The strange desert of Maine. Huh?
That is strange.
This natural curiosity is a barren expanse of glacial sand in Freeport, Maine. This privately owned area is more sad than exciting. However, since it's really just an area of sand surrounded by pine trees, as out of place as it is, its existence is more of a testament to the hubris of humankind. And there it is.
A camel.
There's a camel.
That is weird.
The desert, and it's got sand everywhere, and that's bizarre as shit. Huh.
We have a ton of those sand pits though up here too.
Says there's one in northern Saskatchewan. Says Lothar. It's also a desert up there too. That's weird. Oh, wow! I did not know about the desert of Maine, so it's new to me. See, now that's something touristy I probably wouldn't mind doing. Actually, checking it out. Niagara Falls looks better from our neighbor's perspective. So true, so true. When you go to Niagara Falls, you must go to Canada's side. Do not go to the American side. It sucks. You have to go to the Canadian side to see the real falls. That what America has is, so yeah, it's kind of like compared to what Canada has. It's almost like, a running faucet versus a drip. It's not quite the same. Anyway, but look out though. You go to the Canadian side, you will. It is a tourist trap of grand proportions. So
that's where my parents took their honeymoon.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. See, this is the Canadian side, I believe, right here. There's the Americans over there. Like, I think, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe this is. I just know that when you see one to the other, it looks so much better. You're glad you're on the Canadian side. I did all the things. I did the boat ride.
Did you go down in a barrel?
No, I did not go.
You can't see. Oh, did it say did all the things?
I did all the things like you can do legally. I went underneath, where you can go right to the edge, where you can see the water. Like it's crazy. Like that's nuts. And the only thing holding you back from like literally just deciding like, oh hey man, I'll just jump this little like post and walk right into the falls and die. Like that's it. There's nobody there stopping you from being an idiot. But nonetheless, yeah, you can go underneath the falls. You can take the Maiden of the Mist. I think that's what it's called. Maybe it's been changed now. But yeah, you wear the slickers and you get up next to it, and it's really pointless because it's like, okay, as soon as you get like, see all this mist, like as soon as you get around that shit, that you cannot see anything. It's
cold?
horrible. Well, it's like taking a shower. It's just like it's like taking a shower with your clothes on, and then you're just like, okay, what was the point of paying for this? I don't really understand it, but
it's one of the world, isn't it?
Huh?
The 7 wonders of the world.
Well, it is, but you can see it and experience it just fine from the dry ground. That's all I'm saying. Don't take the boat. Graceland, Tennessee. Oh, come on now.
I think you would enjoy that if you like Elvis and stuff.
I loved Graceland. I thought Graceland was great, and I'm not really a huge fan of Elvis, but dude, it was cool to see. Man, that place is a trip. They still have like from like the 70s when he died, like where the bathroom and everything. They left everything intact. His hairbrush is exactly where he put it before he died on the throne. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. it's kind of cool. He still got like, and it's still like in its original condition. So they haven't updated anything. So you walk in, man, they got like mirrors on the ceilings and shit, and like shag and carpet. Like, yeah, baby, it's awesome. It's so like Austin Powers in that bitch. It is great. I dug it, man. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then they had like all his cars, which were
Have you
like,
been to
it's so funny. You got to see all that shit, man. It's wild. Yeah, the airplane too.
how many states have you been to, Dan? Almost all of them, right?
I've been to a lot. I would say that I've been up East Coast and West Coast now. I would say Central, North, like probably like the real cold area. Like I haven't been to Wyoming or Montana or
So
places
you
like that.
just kind of skipped the middle ones.
Yeah, I haven't been up the middle of the United States. There's really nothing there. It's all right. I've been up to Wichita, Kansas, or Kansas, and then I've been to Wisconsin. Wisconsin's beautiful. I've been to Illinois. Illinois is pretty. I mean, it's got Chicago. You just stay out of Chicago.
Yeah.
How
You
far
know,
up
other
the East Coast have you been? Or the
all the way up
Northeast?
to Boston.
Oh, I see.
No, I thought you went to New York too.
I went through New York. I went from Boston to New York and down from New York into Washington, D.C., Virginia, and all that, Washington, D.C., and then on down.
What
Like
time
we
of
just,
year was Boston?
Boston was cold. It was probably about January.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's freezing. But we had great weather to see Washington, D.C., and I went down there and I saw all that for a couple days. That was pretty cool. And then we drove back and we went through like, I don't remember. I have to look at the path how we went back, but we had a bunch of states, and that's when we stopped at Graceland and saw Graceland. And that was really cool. So,
What's the
really,
coldest you've ever experienced?
the coldest I've ever, well, it was down here in Texas. Oddly enough, that when we had that ice apocalypse, when we were colder than northern Canada for that short period of time. You know, it was down into minus. It was like minus something, -2 or 3, with a wind chill. It was even colder, and then everything was freezing here. And a couple of years ago, like 3-4 years ago, well, it was
That's
in
-20, -19 or 20 Celsius.
yeah.
You haven't actually experienced real cold yet.
No,
I
no,
say
no.
the death cold starts about -25, 26 Celsius.
What is that in Fahrenheit?
1 second, I'll tell you. -13. But really, that's -25. I say -26 really used to be my number.
We've had -40 before.
Yeah.
-15.
That
Yeah.
see that kind of
Things
cold.
change at some point.
That kind of cold is freaky to me, guys. I
It
really
will
don't
kill your skin
understand.
immediately.
Well, I just don't understand how people can live up there. Like, I know it gets hot down here. Like right now, we're dealing with triple digits. Yes, it sucks, but we have things called HVAC systems. You know, we have ACs and stuff. You can go inside. You don't really have to be outside too much in it. Your car has AC. You can live with that. But dude, you know, when it's like minus, like when you're talking about, I know I saw you told me your temperature before, Noble, when you were, I guess, in Nova Scotia, where it was like -50 or something like that.
It was in Alberta here.
Was
Yeah.
that was -50 C, right?
Yes, but it's near the same shit.
By that,
Actually,
yeah.
well,
by
there
that
was
temperature.
-40 and worse,
Yeah.
and -40 matches up with Fahrenheit. So below that, yeah,
Dude.
It was, last winter was pretty bad for a handful of days.
And then my friend in Wisconsin, like, you know, I hear about all this, like, you know, you have to shovel in their area. You have to shovel, go out there and shovel your driveway, and
Right.
shovel your
Or the
sidewalks.
sidewalk.
Yes. And if you don't do
Same
it,
here.
the city gets mad at you and can ticket you
Your
and stuff.
neighbors talk about
Yes.
you.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, it's brutal. It's like, you got to get out there and shovel. Like, screw that. Just to get to work, you got to shovel. So like this, you have to plan your day out because you got to go out there. Some people have like snow blowers and stuff. I get it. But dude, man, it's so inhospitable to me to live in that kind of cold weather environment. for that many months. Like here in Texas, we'll get it. Sure, I guess apparently we get it now, right? We've got some really cold weather, and we've had a lot of issues, but it only lasted a week, max, and it was fine. So I don't know. I don't know how people do it, man. I really don't. And I like cold climate. I'm down with more of a cooler climate. I enjoy putting on a couple layers and being outside and breathing that cool air. I love it. I just don't want to deal with all snow and shit, man. Like Suso, man. I mean, just up until a couple months ago, he was still getting snow. I mean, holy shit, man. Enough is enough. So, it's not really. I mean, it's different. I guess we just acclimate ourselves to our area. The hall. Anyway, I'm just gonna go through these real quick. The Liberty Bell down. That thing is whatever. It's the Liberty Bell. Okay, it's like it's like
I'm
the
gonna grab
bell.
a coffee right quick.
Okay. I think I saw that too in Pennsylvania. If I remember right, I think we did go see that when I visited Ohio. Anyway, nonetheless, I mean, just it's like okay, cool. Let's see. Epcot Center is easily skippable. It says Epcot is one of many parks in Orlando, Florida's Walt Disney World. Many consider it the most underwhelming, considering the other areas around it. The main attractions are food and drinks and the disappointingly few rides divided into the future world and World Showcase pavilions. Well, I think this thing's been around for a while now, and I think when it first opened up, it was kind of cool.
I love their old rides where they pretend like that's what the future's gonna be.
Yeah,
They're so
and that's what I'm
funny.
saying. I think inside was a kind of a showcase of what the future will look like, right? Kind of a time capsule is what they're sort of doing here. I don't know. I've never been there, but I heard like initially it was kind of cool. But yeah, it's kind of dated now. The Santa Claus house.
Oh no,
Oh.
what's wrong with it?
Well, I don't know. Christmas lovers will likely know of and consider visiting the Santa Claus house in Alaska's North Pole. First opened in 1952, the attraction is all things Christmas with reindeer and massive Santa Claus statue, and the chance to get photos with Mr. and Mrs. Claus themselves. While that might be exciting, you have to ask yourself, why are you going to the middle of nowhere to visit what is essentially a Christmas-themed gift shop?
Because we love Christmas, that's why.
So this is really in Alaska somewhere?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Rock of Ages is just a quarry. Okay.
That's kind of weird.
Well, it's kind of like going to see what is it? The Hoover Dam. Yeah, it's just a dam, but it's kind of cool because the engineering that was involved in that. I don't know. I could kind of see this being sort of neat. I don't know. That blue water is weird. Don't want to fall in that. But yeah, at the end of the day, you're just looking at rocks. So maybe not the coolest place to go. Bring your girl to. It's not very romantic.
No.
Hey babe, we're gonna check out the rocks. Kentucky's Creation Museum. The Creation Museum, which is displayed covering significant events of Earth's biblical creation. The biggest attraction here is a massive 510-foot long, 85-foot wide, 51-foot high creation of Noah's Ark. Yes, that would be fucking cool. Hell yeah, I would totally be down with seeing that.
What if you went inside and there was animals in there to pet?
They do have like
little goats and rabbits and things.
They do have like I don't know if they're stuffed or they have like like recreations of the animals.
Yeah, I do not want dead animals. I want
not
live
dead animals. Well, I think they probably have a petting zoo too.
Like
but here's the thing.
capybaras.
Yeah. Well, this isn't going to be very exciting to you heathens, you atheists out there, but for people who think that Bible story probably happened, most likely did, based off the fact that many other cultures recorded a flood. Very similar
and
to
if
what
it
was
had
in
the
Bible.
animals in it, I think it'd be super fun.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously not all animals. You don't want a tiger getting out, but just
What's
a few to play
weird?
with.
What's weird about this is I remember. Is this the one? Wait a minute. Maybe is there more than one arc? Because I remember one that was built where it was attached to a building, and the guy built it.
There could be.
But
I think
this
there
one,
is more than one.
there's more than one. I think this is like a freestanding one, dude. This thing's cool. I'd keep this one on the back pocket for real because this looks like a legit boat.
Yeah, it looks
If
like it
things,
would work.
yeah, exactly. And if just saying, if things look a little rough, I might be driving to Kentucky. Jump in that bad boy. The last Shell service station is a massive disappointment.
Well, it's a gas station. What do you expect to happen?
And it's shaped like a shell. And what do you mean the last Shell service station? The Shell service station found in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, is the last of its kind. 8 in total were built around 90 years ago with distinctive bright yellow, shell-shaped buildings, while the others have since disappeared. This last remaining one was kept for the sake of history, and it's actually registered as a National Historic Place. However, the fun appearance is where all the excitement ends. So there you go. So
I remember
go to the Shell.
when I first started driving, you could go to the gas station and they'd pump your gas and they'd check your oil and they'd wash your windshield and do all this stuff. And you didn't even have to get out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have those anymore anywhere.
You
have to do it yourself.
They probably do in certain areas of the country where they still offer full service. But it's like, it's typically just not done anymore. I mean, now in certain areas like, say, I think it was in Washington State or Oregon, you're not allowed to pump your own gas. You have to have the attendant do it for you. So there's that, which is weird. I never knew that. And then they repealed it. And then they actually had to send out memos to people and explain how to do their gas because they've never pumped their own gas. And they explained don't put diesel in, or don't fuck up. And then people wanted it back because they didn't want to get out of their cars and pump gas. So funny. They kind of liked.
Well, it smells, and sometimes it's just bad weather, and I don't want to do it.
Right.
And plus, they check your oil and other things.
Here is the only diamond field site fully open to the public. Is a crater of diamonds in Arkansas, open since the early 20th century. Now that just looks like a field of nothing.
All right, we're going to get some diamonds.
There's people that go out there every day and like looking for diamonds and stuff. Who knows what they find? Maybe some people find a little bit here and there, but probably a big waste of time. Big nothing burger. Hollywood Walk of Disappointment. The Walk of Fame. Nobody even cares, Like that, how people used to think, oh my God, you got a star. But now how many stars do you think are on the Walk of Fame? All right, let's guess, people. What do you think, Noble? How many stars are on the Walk of Fame?
I don't know, but they're the wrong number. Or sorry, the wrong color. I don't know where my brain was there. They're 52? Pink now. I don't know why. How many?
I thought they were gold.
Yeah, they used to be gold.
That's what I thought.
I woke, and now they're all pink.
All right. Anybody?
But anyway, a couple thousand.
Noise Guru says 5,624. Crunchy B says 666. That's funny, Crunchy B. All right, Fizzy, what's your guess?
Oh, I only said 50, but that's probably not right.
Yeah, they've added
probably like 1,000.
And honestly, nowadays the star thing is it's not that prestigious. It used to be really prestigious, when you had all the silver screen folks. But what we got now is 2,785 stars, if you just want to know. And yeah, Noble's right. I thought they were all gold. They're kind of pink-ish now.
Yeah.
All right. South of the border, one of the most overrated items on the list has to be south of the border gas station in South Carolina. This joint gas station and restaurant sits on the site of North and South Carolina, and decided that the fact that it's just south of the actual border will be its one and only defining trait. The entire thing is intentionally overly campy, but for
good.
many,
That sounds fun.
it leans so far into the irony that it's no longer enjoyable or iconic. Oh, yeah, that looks rough. That looks like it says motel. I mean,
And he's
that
wearing a
looks,
sombrero.
that's where you go. That's where you pick up a hooker and a disease. So yeah, no, I'm not going. The Corn Palace. The Corn Palace is uniquely bittersweet. It says there's the Corn Palace right there. Okay, all right. I don't know. Let's see. They have concerts, exhibits, sporting events. Okay.
So what's wrong with that?
I don't know. I think it's just the fact that it's some gaudy looking building called the Corn Palace. The Hollywood sign is I mean, why? I don't know what you're gonna go. What are you gonna go do? You're gonna just
take a picture with it and.
Yeah, I mean, really? I mean, it's right there. You just take a picture. So, I think he made a special trip to see it.
Oh my goodness! What's wrong? She says, "Dan, let's go to Corn Palace." That's what she said.
How about the Statue of Liberty Ferry? The Statue of Liberty is one of the most recognizable icons, and if you have the chance to see it, it's well worth it. However, it might be best to avoid the famous ferry that takes passengers back and forth to the statue itself. Getting up close and personal and getting inside might seem like a good time, but ticket prices are horribly overpriced for what amounts to a decent view of the city. So you take the little ferry, and how else are you supposed to get there if you don't take the ferry?
Yeah, swim, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, okay. She looks so little, so weird. The pedestal seems so much bigger than it. Well, okay.
What's that? Stonehenge with garbage?
The Carhenge is nowhere close to Stonehenge. It's somebody decided to do Carhenge. Now this sinking cars into the dirt, that was in Texas where they sunk a bunch of 57 Chevys and it had them ass up. Yeah, I remember, and that was a little whatever, just a weird thing somebody did just off the highway. I guess they kind of picked up from that and decided to do Carhenge, and it just looks kind of dumb.
Yeah, you just look at it for 4 seconds. It's like
You just go, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. What's sad is like these cars now are probably vintage and worth a lot more than. It's kind of sad they just have them out there rusting. But the Alamo mission, that I can contest to that. The Alamo was a huge disappointment. I was like, oh, I mean, it was cool hearing the story and all that, about the Alamo and the basement and everything. But yeah, there it is. And like, what's weird is like you see this, guys, and you think, ooh, the Alamo. But
it
like
does look cool.
It looks cool, but here's the problem. It's like on a main road. Like you literally walk by and like right next to it is a Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not so cool when it's like right there on the main street. It's weird. It's in the middle of the city. It is. You kind of want to go out to like, you think you're going to go out to the prairie or something and see the Alamo, and then you'll see like, like maybe a place that, you could kind of envision a battle, but it's hard to envision a battle with Santa Anna and all his men, fighting for the independence of Texas.
When you're craving a Crunchwrap Supreme.
Exactly. Exactly, Fitz. All right. Well, let's see here next. Kind of Mandela here. Fizzy asked the question, Dan, do you remember The Secret Life of an American Teenager? She asked me to look it up.
Yeah.
And I do vaguely remember this. But what's weird is as I looked, at least in the papers, I couldn't find any reference to The Secret Life of an American Teenager being a TV show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was kind of like a teen soap opera, one of those kind of shows.
Okay. Well, for those who remember the show, if you remember it, is now the secret life of the American teenager. Anybody got any thoughts about that?
I'm counting on all the ladies in the room because I know we all watched this.
Come on, ladies. Speak up or forever hold your peace. Does this sound like a Mandela to you?
It definitely does, because the point of the show was she was just an ordinary teenager. She wasn't the American teenager. She was just a teenager.
Yeah.
You know? Just like the vampire.
Well, so far, not too many takers on this one. Anyway.
No, they're just talking about Crunchwrap.
Yeah, I think everybody's hungry. Everybody's ready to make a run to the border, get some Taco Bell. Let's see. What do we? Let's see. She came. Oh, this is funny. Here we're gonna get to some video clips here. This is what happens when you, I guess in New York, in Texas, they're still kind enough to be like, oh, we're closing, but you can bring your packages in. We won't be able to ship them today, but you know, that type of thing. Have you ever been running late to UPS or any place, right? And you know they're ready to lock the door, but I don't know what experience you've had if they've actually let you in and whatever, but here's how they roll in.
Ours comes right in and puts it in the port.
Yeah, I think this one, I don't know where she is. I'm gonna say feels
But
like
in
New
small
York.
towns, they do things a bit different.
Yeah.
Like if there's snow or rain or everything, they'll just open the door and stick it in the porch.
Well, she was trying to get her packages in, but the employee was like, hell no, we're ready to go home. There it is.
Aw.
He's blocking her. It's so wrong. She's trying to push her way
So
in.
rude.
He's like, no, bitch, take your packages. Get out of here. Come back another day. This is New York.
She's so little.
I know.
Why is he
She's like, I
pushing her
want.
around?
Can you please take this?
Aw,
Yeah.
that's sad.
But I came here at 4:59.
Ooh.
Just take the stupid box.
Oh my God, poor thing. I feel bad for her in a way. She looked at the guy. Can you get this for me? Like, can we get in there? Like she really, really wants to ship this stuff today, and it's probably a pain in the ass. You know, I mean, think about it. You got to find parking and everything else over there. It probably like sucks, traffic, everything else. But yeah, but you're 4:59, babe. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, what are you gonna do? You can't force your way into the building. Oh boy. Let's see. Oh, this is pretty good. This guy is a black police officer, and he's got some great stuff to say here. I want you guys to listen to him. Here he goes.
So I had this washed up radio DJ hit me up on social media talking about, oh, you're not a brother no more because how you plan on voting in 2024. Let me tell you something, you washed up ninja. If all it takes is politics for you not to see me as your brother, then we were never brothers in the first place. All right? I want to make that very clear. I also want to make something else clear. The reason why I'm voting the way I'm voting, from the top all the way down ballot, is because I do love my people with all of my heart. I love black people, and I'm sick and tired of, for 60 years, us being manipulated, gassed up, spun up, scared up, false promises made to us, and people having to dance around question and never ever having to be accountable to us. And that's all it takes for us to keep voting for them, and we get nothing out of it. That's why, because I love you so much. I'm tired of these politicians who dance in front of you and they don't respect you enough to even answer questions about how they're going to fix this economy, about how they're going to secure the border so your voice is not taken away, so your vote is not taken away, how they're going to fix the border so your children don't have to compete 10 times as hard with 10 million new people that they brought across the border on purpose. That's why I'm voting the way I'm voting. That has nothing to do with me not being black. I'm voting the way I'm voting because I am black. And I'm sick and tired of us being played every 4 years. Guys, Vice President Harris has sat up under Biden for 4 years and watched inflation grow, groceries skyrocket, gas skyrocket. Some of you guys have excellent credit. You can't even buy a damn house right now. That's how bad things are, guys. That's how bad things are. And for 4 years, she sat up under there, and now she's the front runner for the Democratic Party, and she will never answer questions as to what she's going to do. All she's going to do is give you a bunch of platitudes. She's going to speak in a Southern drawl. She's going to avoid the question and turn it to a whole bunch of other issues that have nothing to do with the most important kitchen table issues that we all face right now. When I'm seeing so many African Americans struggling, African Americans in small business struggling, African Americans just trying to buy a house struggling, trying to have to make a decision between paying their light bill and putting gas in their car, struggling. But all she has to say is, we're going to be working very, very hard. Well, what the hell have you been doing the last 4 years? Okay, well, that wasn't me. That was my boss. Okay, when you sat up under here for 4 years and you haven't come up with a plan yet, you can't respect black people enough that when a microphone is put in front of your face, for you to say without a teleprompter what the hell you're going to do for us. I'm sorry. I can't allow that anymore as a black man. Other races are light years ahead of us because they don't vote based on identity politics. They want to know which politician policies are going to help them grow and thrive. That's how they vote. But we're too busy worried about what somebody looks like, whether they sound like us, or if they put a rap star to clap their cheeks in front of us at a rally. We got to grow beyond that. I'm not talking about all of us, because a lot of us are waking up, thank God. But once again, I am voting the way I'm voting because I do respect you. Because I see a different way for us to get where we need to be doesn't make me any less black than you. And like I said, if I'm not invited to the cookout, I can live with that. As long as I did what I thought was right for my people. Because I respect you. I respect you too much to continue to allow a party to manipulate us for another 4 years. So like I said, washed up radio DJ, I don't give a damn if you don't think I'm your brother. I'm going to do what I'm doing for you, whether you like it or not. And if you're okay with being disrespected and lied to and gassed up every 4 years, that's embarrassing, bro. Wake up.
I thought that was a good message, man. Dude hit it right on the head. Very, very well said, sir. Okay, Noble, you have something up. Do you want me to share?
Yeah, you can take a look at it. I don't know if it's not much of nothing. I just seen this earlier.
What do we got?
This is, I was watching some of the replays. Although I'm not watching the Olympics this year, I did watch a couple of replays on a YouTube.
Right.
So the American girls won. What was this?
The 4x100 or?
Yeah, it was a relay. I was thinking it was a relay. Sorry, there's a few things.
Oh.
You know, the Canadians won the 100-meter relay.
Oh, there's not a 100-meter relay.
4x100. 4x100.
Okay.
Right. So anyway, I noticed. The 100-meter hurdles. Sorry, yeah. This American girl won the 100-meter hurdles by a good amount. Like, she got gold. And when she first goes over, I think it seems to me she didn't want to put on the American flag.
Oh, really?
That's what it kind of caught me as.
Oh, man.
So I'll do the very beginning of this a couple times. What's she so upset about? And what's he saying to her?
I don't know.
He's like, take it, take it.
He's like, listen, you got to wear the flag, girl. She's like, really? Do I have to? Kind of looks like that. Like she is.
That's what
like,
it struck me
she
as.
doesn't really want to do it.
No.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. It's really sad that, like,
you know, my view, she's representing the country whether she likes it or not. If she doesn't want to use a flag or doesn't want to be part of America, then she should find a different country to represent. Right? She wouldn't be in there if the country didn't put her in as a representative of their country. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
And she could, you or whoever could go.
She could go live somewhere else, and
sure.
yeah,
Many people do it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be as good You want to know why? Because you don't have the facilities you have in America.
Right. No, she's
So you
had
go ahead and try to
good
win that
training,
medal.
good coaches. Yeah, I mean, of course, but and that's the thing. I mean, I feel like she's got. I mean, she doesn't want to wear a flag and do all that. That's fine, okay. But I mean, the optics look real bad whenever you're about to put the flag around you and you're like, no, I don't really want to do it. Like, I
They
mean,
probably should have had it planned.
I
or
feel
talked
what's
about it.
sad, Noble, is that like it just seems like to be the new in thing to like hate, well, especially in America, to hate America, like to just go back and just, hate everything about it because of stuff that happened hundreds of years ago or whatever. You want to pick your reason. There's a lot of reasons. Okay. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so what did America do to you? And like right now, like, you've been given an opportunity to be an Olympian, and it's a very unique thing. And you would think she'd have a little more, gratitude, but yeah, it's sad. But yeah, you're right. That was a good catch. Let's see. Next up, I had, well, that was Times Square. Hold on, let's see. There was this one. This was interesting about that new vice president, dude, Tim Walz. You guys need to learn about this guy. He is something else, man. I'll tell you. There's so much like interesting information about this dude. Here is
He looks
one of
older than he is. Like, they said they didn't want no more
Yeah.
old white men. They picked the oldest, whitest man they could find.
Well, they did that because they're looking. It's they're trying to get more white voters, and so if Kamala picked somebody else, she passed up on the Jewish guy because it literally looks like the Democratic Party is not. They're really against Israel and all that stuff. So now they did that. So it's just pretty much out in the open. It's kind of strange, looking at the geopolitical stuff going on there. But this guy, I guess, was served with Tim Walz, and he's got a different story to talk about. Some of his, Tim Walz's like proclamations saying that he, he's a decorated this and he's a war veteran and that, and just maybe a little bit of stolen valor here. I don't know, but this guy has a whole different story. Here we go.
Dan?
There's nothing happening.
Yeah.
I thought I lost connection.
What's wrong?
Were
You can't see anything.
You're not screen share nothing.
Oh, there it is. You can hear it though, right?
I didn't hear nothing. Didn't see.
You hear nothing? Okay. No hear, no see. Sorry.
He's back again
There
to
we
wage
go.
a public war of words against Tim Walz.
He abandoned us. I mean, what the hell kind of leader does that? I mean, he just, as soon as the shots were fired in Iraq, he turned and ran the other way and hung his hat up and quit.
We'll get to Barron's new message for voters in a moment. But this all starts years earlier when Barron says Walz's misleading statements about his military service first led him to come forward in the fall of 2018.
So you try to get this message out. The Minnesota's largest newspaper checks it out, says it's 100% true, but yet refuses to print.
When I hung the phone up, I said, what the hell is this, North Korea?
Back in 2005, a warning order went out to the 1st Battalion, 125th Field Artillery to mobilize for a mission to Iraq. At the time, Walz served as the unit's highest non-commissioned officer, but months later, Walz would retire from the Guard, avoid the deployment, and run for Congress. Tom Behrens was next in line for the position and was asked to take his place.
I was like, well, for Pete's sake, if this guy quit, if I say I'm not going to do it, I mean, what the hell kind of leadership is that? If a company would say that we're going to deploy to Iraq or somewhere and you're going to be gone for whatever amount of time, and then the foreman just says, no, I'm not going. I mean, what does that say to the 500 people that work in that factory?
Behrens would go on to serve in Iraq on a nearly 2-year deployment as a command sergeant major. All while Walz began using that title as a congressman. Behrens says he first contacted Walz with his concerns, sending these letters to Washington. They all went unanswered.
But then we fast forward to the election in 2018 in Minnesota, and you try at that time to get people's attention with this story and also with what seems to be a very misleading statement that he continued to make about his service.
It kind of just sat there, when he was a congressman, he bragged that he was a retired command sergeant major. I'm the highest ranking person ever in the House, and all this lie that he was telling. The state of Minnesota came out after 2018, after this was exposed, and they said, well, he can say that he served as a command sergeant major, but he can't say he's a retired one because he's not.
And that's what he was saying.
And he was saying that, and there was lots of lots of cards coming in the mail, for him to be elected. They said right on there he's a retired command sergeant major, just tooting his own horn, just hanging on the coattails of people that actually are command sergeant majors that went through all the process and put all the time in.
A spokesperson for the Minnesota National Guard said Walls wasn't able to retire as a command sergeant major since he failed to complete coursework and requirements related to the rank. Verified documents show the Army corrected his service record. Walls was reduced in rank to an E8 Master Sergeant after retirement and his conditional promotion. Alpha News again asked Governor Walls if he's using the command sergeant major rank on his campaign website for political gain this year. A spokesperson said this has been in the news before and pointed us to a past story where Walls said, quote, normally this type of partisan political attack only comes from one who's never worn a uniform.
It's stolen valor is really what it is. I don't know of anybody else that's done what he's done, but we called it the truth about Tim Walls.
In 2018, Barron's gave the story the full court press.
We, retired command sergeant majors of the Minnesota National Guard, feel it is our duty and responsibility to bring forth the truth as we know it concerning his service record. I put together information on it and I sent it out to every single radio station and newspaper and TV station I could in the state. The bottom line in all of this is gut-wrenching and sad to explain. When the nation called, he quit.
Twin Cities TV stations and the Star Tribune were silent, even after Barron says the newspaper checked it all out. The Star Tribune endorsed Walls in 2018 for governor. Between lockdowns, riots, unchecked crime, and a charred police precinct, Barron's felt he had no choice but again to come forward.
Allowing that to be burned down was just like having the Alamo get burned down. It's like, no, you defend that to the last man. If he would have went to Iraq, he'd still be hiding under his desk over there, because that's just, just the cowardice that I seen portrayed with him.
So how about when he also comes out and he calls you guys 19-year-old cooks?
I'd take any 19-year-old cook before I'd go to war with him. I don't know how he could even utter such a statement. I mean, it's just absolutely sad.
So this election year, it's all built up again to Barron's new grain bin message.
He called Jacob Fry an abject failure. So I was like, that's what he is.
Walls is a traitor, also made a return.
And the last one I put together, he said it himself too, as well. If they don't like my job, they can vote me out. So I wrote, we got to vote him out. We need to vote him out.
Well, there you go. I thought it was interesting about Mr. Walls. Line. Mm-hmm.
Surprising.
Lying about his service. Yeah, it's crazy. He just keep that going, Let's see. Oh, this is weird.
What are those? Little squirrels?
I don't know. They're like fish.
Oh, they are fish.
They're crossing the road. I'm like,
Okay,
holy shit. Maybe Darwin had something going on here. I don't know, man. The fish came out of the water like, we need to get over here. Look at them.
How'd the fish get to the other side of the road?
I guess they walked.
They wiggled.
They wiggled. There you go. Wiggling fish. I never thought I would see this, but there you go. There they are. Little fishies. Look at them go. Well, good for you, fishies.
How do they know there's water over there? I thought fish couldn't see very well.
Apparently they know it. They know their surroundings. Here, Fizzy.
Oh.
She's got that chicken's. Look, the little chicks.
Yeah, They're like, can I have my baby back, please?
Yeah, well, those little chicks like I guess the kitty's nice and warm and and fluffy. So, yeah, that was kind of cute.
Very cute.
Very weird and creepy. Walls had children march. The same guy in the LGBTQ pride parade wearing shirts spelled out in his name and formed a pride rainbow. Apparently, using the children. Jeez. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this dude's so progressive. Let's see. If you keep falling for it, that says a lot about your discernment or lack thereof. It's all fake. It says this post is about Kamala in her speeches and rallies.
So Harry Sisson put up this tweet saying, hope, dedication, patriotism. That's the Kamala Harris campaign. And then this picture that's supposed to be a Kamala rally, I guess, of her riding in a plane. The only issue is this picture is AI. This is not real. And you can really see it with the phones. Like they're all recording something.
That's so funny. That one looks like like a BlackBerry. That phone, like that's an old phone. Like, look at these old phones. That's funny.
Different. None of it's the same. And here's just another close-up of just all the phones.
Yeah, the screens all
their
show
own
something
thing.
different.
Also, this person's thumb is oddly shaped. So yeah, Harry, if you're gonna brag about the Kamala campaign, maybe use a real picture.
Wow.
So Harry's.
Oh, that's true. AI can't make hands. They struggle with
right.
fingers.
Why did the fish cross the ocean? To get to the other tide.
That is pretty good, Noble. Good dad joke. I like it. This one's listen up. It's coming. I don't know what this one is. Let's see here.
Why is Islam protected and yet criticism of Islam is regarded as somehow dangerous?
Because we fear Islam. Islam is the dominant cultural force right now. Right now, the West has an identity crisis. We don't even know what our laws are going to be. We don't know what our values are. We've kind of rejected Christianity. We're erasing our statues, tearing our history down, changing our anthems like we have in Canada. We have an identity crisis. Islam knows who they are. They know what they want. They want a global caliphate. And so Islam is dominating the Western world. And right now, this is just an inkling of what the future is going to look like. They're still a minority in Western countries. And while all these people will tout open borders, multiculturalism, as soon as Islamists become over 50% of your population, you will see your country looking exactly like any Islamic nation in the world. And suddenly the LGBT activists won't be as happy about this open borders situation. Suddenly the liberal women that are being stoned for the crime of rape will start to realize what they've gotten themselves into. And I fear that it may have to get to these horrific points before people wake up and open their eyes.
But Lauren, let me ask you, I mean, we've seen, for example, in Sweden, that the native-born white Swedes will be a minority, I think by 2040 is what they're saying, but in part, not just because of migration, but because of the fertility of the immigrant population. And so I've got two questions for you. One is, what does Lauren Southern say is the right approach? I mean, if you will say, you will say you're not a racist, as the sort of accusers will make out, but you are seemingly supporting the right of European culture to defend itself against adversaries and competitors. But B, if a culture is simply much more fertile, then doesn't it deserve to inherit the earth?
Well, not when it was never put to a referendum. No one in Sweden or Canada or Australia, for that matter, was asked, do you want people with a completely different culture to immigrate here and create their own cultural enclaves? No one was asked. We believe in the right to sovereignty for every nation and every people in the world. And we respect that. No one is ever telling the Japanese, destroy your culture. You must bring in tons of Koreans. You must bring in tons of Africans. Or, right, well, people have to understand where these religions came. If someone said it was a highly Christian area, I wouldn't be concerned, because Christianity is actually what formed much of the West and most of our freedoms. And the reason for that is Christianity is based on choice. You can choose to follow God. You can choose to say goodbye. You choose to eat from the tree of good and evil, right? It's all based on these choices that you make, and God gives you that free choice. Whereas Islam has always been based on submission. You submit to Allah, and you cannot leave or you will be killed. So is that a religion that is compatible with Western culture? No. And very well, have your faith. If everyone agrees with you and wants to live in a society under Sharia law, have that. But there was never a referendum here in Australia to bring that here. It was enforced and imposed on us by a small group of elites, as it has been all over much of the Western world.
All
Why
right.
is she saying Australia? Did she move to Australia?
I guess so.
She's Canadian, as far as I know.
Is she?
Laura
I didn't know.
Sutherland?
Sutton. Lawrence Sutton. I don't know who
So
she
it's
is.
not Laura Sutherland?
No,
Man, it
Sutton.
sounds like her, and I thought she looked a lot different.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's
messed up.
This is crazy. This is I guess people just, losing their damn minds. Even in court. It's kind of just funny. You gotta watch to the end because it's here's what happens. Here it goes. Well, a refresh, perhaps?
Uh-oh, you broke it.
I don't know what happened. Weird.
It's trespassing. I could technically leave and you guys could issue a warrant as long as I don't return. You can kiss my ass. This is
You know what?
It's
You know,
irrelevant.
no. I'm gonna tell you what. You don't come in here, you don't.
Fuck you.
Okay, that's contempt. That's 93. Keep going.
Fuck you.
That's another
Fuck you
93.
again.
That's another 93.
Fucking did.
That's another 93.
Look at the kid.
That's another 93. That's 6 93s consecutive. What's the case? People versus Keith Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins does not want to, he does not want to unmute. He does.
Is that the judge that caught the guy driving without a license?
Yes.
How you doing, Your Honor? How you doing, sir? Oh man,
I'm doing great.
That kid was like, oh shit. Like, hey man, how's it going, brother? Yeah, it was funny.
693s is like a year and a half.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Some people like to base jump or whatever, and I guess this guy was like waiting to the bitter end to pull the chute. He just wanted to enjoy the ride down, but take a look.
One. Oh, yes! Woo! Oh my God.
Oof.
Oh God.
Ow.
Oof. Damn. It didn't fully open. He hit that water going pretty quick. I think he's probably okay though, because he looked like he landed on his feet.
He's fine.
Yeah, but that was crazy, dude. He pulled it at the very bitter end. So there's that. It's kind of interesting. Let's see here. I don't know what this was. Let's see.
I was taken to a police cell, and as you can see, I'm a very chatty, very boisterous, vivacious person. And I think I was probably in shock because I didn't speak for 13 hours. I just nodded because I've never been in a police station in my life. And just went in. They said, "You okay? Do you need anything?" Didn't speak for 13 hours. I think I was in shock. And the next day, they said they'd phone my daughter. We've been trying to get through to your daughter. There was one missed call at 1 o'clock in the morning. They didn't try. They took my trousers off me because they had a drawstring. Anyway, so they gave me like sort of prison issue trousers, if you like. I was given a blanket, and I spent the whole night in a cell. They'd come in every so often. Do you want anything? Do you want some water, tea, coffee? It's like, no, just couldn't speak. I couldn't speak. I've only ever seen a police station on television. I've never been in a police station before. And it was the most hideous alien experience. I'm just gonna start it.
Oh.
Wow.
To me. Because I've never been in a police station before. And I didn't even know why I was there. I just thought, they'll let me go in a minute. And all there is in the cell is like a very thin mattress and a toilet. There's nothing else. And the next day I said, can I have some water? He passed the water through a hole. Didn't even open the door. I couldn't figure out why I was there. I thought all those people and I'm here. Why am I here? I don't understand what I've done. But they said to me the next day, we're gonna try and get you out of here as quick as possible. And they brought someone from another police station to interview me. Had to interview me in that thing that you've seen on television where there's a table and you sit one side and the two policemen sit the other side. And that thing I've seen on television happened to me. And it's so nice. The policeman who came from this other police station who interviewed me, he was so nice. And he said, how are you getting home? I said, I don't even know where I am. No one's even told me where I am. He said, I'll take you home. Thankfully, it was in an unmarked car. It was just a plain car. And he was so sweet all the way. He kept saying, we're going to get those people, who did that yesterday. And I was like, I'm not really bothered about that. I was just thinking about what's happening to me. And I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. But that's your job. I'm not going to start screaming and shouting because you haven't arrested them. You don't need to reassure me. It's not going to make any difference to my life. And all the way he kept saying, turning around at the traffic lights, and he kept saying, are you okay? I just couldn't speak. Just kept nodding and looking out at the window. Just couldn't speak. The man who was so sweet, this policeman, he said, the thing is, we've got to charge you with something. So we're going to charge you with the minimum. I said, charge me with what? I don't even know what I'm supposed to have done. We've got to charge you with something because we've made an arrest and an offence has been committed. I was thinking, what offence? I really don't know what offence there was. I don't know what I was charged with. I really don't. I just know it's obviously something to do with race because I've got to do 2 hours racial awareness course.
So
Can
she was.
she sue for wrongful arrest or something?
So she was charged with during the Hare Hill riots. The lady offered the police tea and ice lollies. She was then arrested for saying 16 years of immigration had ruined the area.
Oh my
So
gosh, that's
she just,
all?
for thought police, thinking 16 years of this immigration has ruined her area, right? And then they grabbed her and arrested her. Isn't that freaking nuts? I think, so a lot of rioting going on over there in England. Oh, this was weird. I didn't even know about this person. Apparently it's this. What in the hell am I looking at?
Probably a guy, and it's covering its face. She can't
Yeah.
tell it's a guy.
Right. Probably. But whatever. Goes by Raven and has some crazy nails, and I imagine if it's not, it's just a
weirdo.
big Jesus, man. Okay, this is why I have not watched the Olympics at all. I don't even care after how they, when I saw the opening ceremonies, I'm like, okay, whatever. So, yeah, it did it for me. Let's see here. And I think.
Have you ever watched
Yeah.
during the before the Super Bowl? They always have the Puppy Bowl on Animal Channel.
Do they?
Wouldn't it be funny if they did like the Pet Olympics and have them compete? I would watch it. The Puppy Bowl is so adorable.
There's got to be something else on TV that would definitely be more entertaining.
Yeah, have Animal Olympics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely go for that. I would be down with like wiener dog races. Like
Well, they could do like the horses could do their jumping stuff, and the dogs could play rugby. And yeah, I think it would be adorable. I can't believe you never watched the Puppy Bowl.
Damn, man, this chick here, man, this girl stole $1.5 million in chicken wings. Chicken wing, man.
How many is that?
I don't know. I'm shocked right now. I'm like, now, honestly, I mean, I am a fan of the chicken wing. But the fact that she sold so
All
many,
right, I want to see like
I
how
gotta
much
see
is
this.
that?
A former South Suburban school lunch lady is now facing criminal charges accused of stealing more than $1 million worth of chicken wings.
WGN's Andrea Medina has that story from Harvey.
Wow.
This went on for about a year and a half with the school worker.
She stole $1.5 million in chicken wings in a year and a half. What is she doing with all them chicken wings?
Is she just taking food home from the cafeteria? Like,
I'm thinking she's just ganking a couple, like a couple pounds of wings every day. And
we never had chicken
girls,
wings for lunch. Where are these chicken wings coming from?
Oh shit, we didn't have chicken wings either, man. What kind of school serves chicken wings? Dude, that's delicious. Okay, well anyway, she says I take 1.5. Now I don't know if they're just the school's like needing a little extra money and they're saying, yeah, this chick took it all. They're making it up, but yeah, 1.5 million seems a little extreme.
Allegedly did with a large amount of chicken wings is still unknown, but she's in custody at the Cook County Jail and is accused of placing unauthorized purchases separately from the district.
Okay.
66-year-old Vera Liddell is a former Harvey School District 152 employee. She's at the center of a major theft scheme that brewed during the COVID-19 pandemic when students weren't allowed in the classroom. Liddell worked for Harvey Schools for more than a decade. She was a food services director, but after her tenure, she was hired as a consultant in July 2020. In that role, she was in charge of placing food orders. Between July 2020 to February 2022, Cook County prosecutors allege she used her position to embezzle $1.5 million from the school district. Court documents accuse Liddell of ordering more than 11,000 cases of chicken wings from the district's food provider, Gordon Food Service, GFS, and picking them up with the district's cargo van. At this time, it's not clear what Liddell did with them, but a proffer presented at her bond hearing last week says the food was never brought to the school or provided to the students. It goes on to say even though the children were learning remotely, the school district continued to provide meals for the students that their families could pick up. The scheme was uncovered January 2022 by the district's business manager during a mid-year audit. The manager found the district was $3,000 over its budget and were only halfway through the school year. Court records reveal the manager discovered individual invoices signed by Liddell for massive quantities of chicken wings, an item never served to students because they contain bones. Parents say it's a
Damn.
I bet she was cooking them and selling them.
That's what
She's
I'm
pretty
thinking.
dumb, man.
Dude, why would you? I mean, of all the things, right? Like that's a red flag. Of course, that's what Fizzy said. She's like, well, we never got chicken wings. Yeah, because they contain bones. You want kids to choke out on a wing. You want to be more mature when you eat those succulent wings.
Yeah, we had nuggets shaped like dinosaurs.
Yeah, we had chicken nuggets, okay?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even hardly chicken in them, if you want to call it that. I mean, but but so she was like, you know what? I have an opportunity to order as much chicken wings as I can get. Now, here's the weird part. If I remember correctly, during the pandemic, there was a chicken wing shortage.
Ooh,
So wings were at an
yes.
all-time high. So if she was the one providing wings for, I mean, she might have been selling them
She
to like
cornered the market.
restaurants. She cornered the market and
Selling
was
it
able
to restaurants and stuff, yeah.
with
She might-
1.5 million worth of chicken wings.
Bro, she got 1.5 million, but she probably yielded
so
like
stupid.
probably like double that in profits,
Look, if you work somewhere, you're gonna rip it off, and you can't go any more than like 30% more than regular, and you can't do
No.
it all in one item, right?
And you
You'd have to
certainly can't
spread it
order an
out,
item
and
kids
you can
don't
only go
eat.
up so much. So she's super stupid.
Well, she is, but you can't order an item kids don't eat. That would be like saying, okay, well, I bought the school a Ferrari.
Mhm.
Like
For
that's pretty
driver's ed.
obvious. Yeah, for driver's ed. Oh, okay.
It's upsetting to know someone may have selfishly taken the funds intended to nourish students.
This is the area that we live in. We living in middle class, lower than middle class in this area. So it really don't surprise me that somebody would try to get over, but it's kind of sad.
Others claim it's not surprising to know.
You're only sad because you didn't know she had to hook up on the wings. You know it, girl.
Mhm.
You know what's
Or
up.
maybe she did, and that's why she's sad. 'cause
Yeah,
she can't get
she's
'em no
sad
more.
and she's busted. Girl used to sell because if you go to like the wing stop, I remember you used to get wings for $8.99 with fries and a drink and 10 wings. Man, it was great. You could sit there. Oh man, they were so good. Get all different sauces. You want the real ranch dressing. But now it's like 12. I don't know, $12.99. It's a lot more. And you only get 8 wings now, not 10. So they lower, it's like you just don't get as much you used to get. I bet girl was selling a 10-piece for shoot. I mean, who knows what she was selling them for, but let's just say it was like, $10 for a 10-piece plus fries and maybe
I
a
know.
drink.
Mike says stop. We're all getting hungry.
I know, dude. I had wings tonight, so I'm good. I had my wing fix.
I
love
had
chicken wings, man.
I had chicken bacon ranch pizza.
Really?
Stuffed
Ooh,
crust.
stuffed crust.
Yeah, it was from Aldi's, and it was so good.
Oh, that sounds good.
Cause
Chicken
I didn't
bacon ranch.
feel like cooking nothing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
let's grab a pizza. And the frozen pizzas looked gross. I'm like, oh, I might as well try this one.
Let's be honest, Fizz. When was the last time you cooked anything?
Yesterday,
Okay, what'd you make?
I made baked ziti, breadsticks, and a birthday cake for my sister.
All right, you can't bake anything. I'm talking about on the skillet, frying something up.
We have to cook the meat for the ziti and the vegetables.
Okay, fine.
I cook almost every day, damn.
Do you? Oh,
But
okay.
I just haven't been
I
feeling
thought you
well.
baked. I was thinking you just baked. So.
No, I do both.
Okay.
I like to cook actually, because
Yeah,
that
me
means
too.
we get to eat stuff that I like.
Mm.
I bought another bucket of salted beef.
What's
I was
that?
gonna cook it today, but I didn't.
Yeah, in Canada, beef comes in a bucket, Dan.
Does
You
it?
can get salted beef. I can't believe you guys never had like corned beef and
No.
cabbage.
Oh, corned beef, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
we have corned beef, but it comes in a package, not a bucket.
Yeah, we don't get a
Yeah,
bucket.
you're
of beef.
referring to deli meat. I mean real corned beef.
Like how big is the bucket? Are we
Little.
talking? Little bucket. Okay.
Yeah, but it's still like whatever, $25 or something. Maybe $20. I can't remember. Yeah, no, it's a little mini bucket, but there's a lot of meat in there. You get a little mini bucket of meat.
This sounds so. All right,
Hmm.
Canadian buckets of meat. I just want to see what this looks like.
Let's see here. I'm just checking out stuff.
Oh yeah, I looked this up last time. I'll send you a link, Dan. This is crazy.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So earlier, before the show started, people, Fizzy mentioned to me, she's like, Dan, would you buy me a gift? And I was like, what would you like? And she goes, I want a baby otter. And I was like, an otter. And I was like, Fizzy, you can't really purchase an otter, but you can actually. I I found a website.
And
So
it's
here,
cheaper than a purebred dog, so
that's true.
get the otter.
Maybe so here, if you go to what is it, Asian small clawed otters for sale.com, apparently you can only, what was it? The other ones are more they're
They need
sea
more
bearing.
water, yeah.
Well, they're water bearing. Like, yeah, so you can't touch them because they're protected. But you can get these little Asian ones. And there
They're
they are. Here's one for
adorable.
sale. Yeah. Here's a baby right there. Holy shit.
Aww.
There you go.
What a
$750.
grumpkin.
And you get yourself an otter. There.
Aww.
Holy cow. That would be cute. Just
I know,
saying.
but I just don't think it would get along with the cats or the pug. Pug would be terrified. He's such a baby.
Can you imagine like just the notoriety you would have and all the attention you'd grab if you just had a baby otter that you're walking around with? I mean, dude, oh my god.
They are really cute, but
Here's another one here.
yeah, that one. Look
Oh
at the
shit.
whiskers.
He's so cute. I wonder how big they get.
I don't
This one's
know.
potty trained to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. But he's not gonna run off. You let him outside, he's gonna just come back to the door. What? I don't know. I don't know what otters do. I
I
mean,
think I would get a litter box, right? They're not that big, are they?
I don't
'Cause I
think
wouldn't want him out there. Like he might
Oh
try to go.
shit. That thing is super cute, man. I
He
don't
looks
never
so
had any
soft.
exotic pet before, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, just looking at baby otters, I was like, okay, damn it. I'm totally a fan of the baby otter now. Okay. that's enough.
Usually, pets like this aren't much fun. After a week or two,
I don't
they're
know.
hard to take care of, and they're usually
Yeah.
not very domestic.
It's like remember when people were buying what was those ferrets? People like that became the new cool pet to have, and then you found out later that but
they're a handful.
They're kind of a handful, and they got all this energy, and then they also kind of smell unless you get them fixed. And then there's some downsides. Yes, there's some cuteness there, but having this ferret run around your house all day long,
Well,
it's not usually very conducive.
No
In the
one
case of an
ever-
otter, I don't think it's very fair to the otter. The case of a ferret,
No.
it's kind of in between. They're kind of domestic-ish.
Yeah.
But an otter, they should be in the wild, right?
I guess so. These
They
things
got
almost
no
get too
life.
cute
Stuck
to
in
be.
your damn house.
I just,
You don't
dude,
have
this
a
thing was,
pond.
yeah, and it depends on where you move them to. I mean, I don't know what their climate's usually like. So out in Texas, like, you wouldn't want a hawk or something to snatch this thing up. Like, there's no, yeah. All right, what do you got, Noble?
This came up where I'm living here in Alberta.
Huh.
So provincially, we have a conservative government, provincial. In the cities are very liberal or NDP. When she was running, this woman here runs the province. She went on about the vaccine stuff, so I like that. I didn't vote or nothing. I don't do that shit, but
Right.
she won. And yeah, as you can see here, Alberta's update to the Bill of Rights includes a right to refuse vaccine. So that's coming up in the fall. I'll be happy to see if it comes through or how that's done.
Interesting.
So I guess when she was running, the way it goes when she was running, she was talking about amending the Human Rights Act, Alberta's Human Rights Act, so that people couldn't get fired for vaccine status. Like, well, that'd be nice, because that's most of the reason I moved across the country was a vaccine situation.
Right.
And then it turned out that the Health Act, Emergency Health Act, supersedes the Human Rights Act of Alberta, but it wouldn't supersede, as you can see here, it's labeled as the Bill of Rights. So I guess they got to amend or add to or whatever. I guess putting forth legislation is the way it's said right now, to amend or add to something of the Bill of Rights in Alberta. So hopefully that'll all go through. At least something will happen politically. That would be nice.
That would be good. Because, I mean, watching poor Canada, man, every time you turn around, you just, like, seriously, the bills and is Trudeau going to be ousted
He's not
finally?
He's not going to make the next election win. No.
Yeah. I was going to say, is there a limit to how many times Trudeau can run?
I don't think, actually. I would have to see, but no, I don't think it's like the U.S.
Term
I
limit?
did look at it once. I forget how it went, but I think he can run again.
Oh, wow.
Weird.
This is, I got one to share. This one is it's kind of a quick questionnaire for the audience. You know, I'm not saying anything, you know, just perception here. It's a perception question. Which way do you think these girls lean? Can you guess? Exactly. And here it is.
So why are y'all voting for Kamala Harris?
It's ridiculous how anymore it's really hard for people like us, like queer people, and just anyone else in that general umbrella. General umbrella. It's just really hard for us to get rights, and with
They're always talking about their rights.
What rights?
What rights,
I bet
man?
they have
What
rights.
rights do you have or that I have that you don't? Like, I would just love to like, I just don't understand the mindset, man, with these
Well,
folks.
when they ask them, they can't answer either. So they don't even know what they're talking about.
I know. It's like, why do you
You know
feel
what it is?
so
To
oppressed?
get privileges. That's what it ends up
Mhm.
being.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying
right.
they're thinking this, but that's what the reality of it is.
Yeah, it's weird. It maybe because they're not in the forefront of conversations or whatever. They feel that they're oppressed and they don't have the same rights or something. I don't understand what, yeah, but a lot of them like feel this way. I'm just being like, it's an
They
honest
can
question.
vote. They can drive cars.
Right.
They can own
They can
houses.
make married. They can have
businesses.
kids. They can have, yeah. They can adopt. They can do all that stuff. Nobody's stopping them from doing anything anymore. So, like, what the fuck, man? It's blowing my mind how like, you know, just weird like this oppressed mindset is. And they just feel like they're in the, like, you know, you look at them, they just look be shoveled and like they're, you know, they're finally constantly fighting some sort of overarching system that's working against them. And I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know anybody, any group of people who get an entire month for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is none.
Well, what
So, like,
about her white privilege? Why can't she just use that?
I know. Well, that's a problem for her too, because internally she hates herself for it. You know, she feels like,
I
oh
always
my
thought we
God.
weren't supposed to say the word queer because it was insulting.
I mean, they can say what, I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's gay.
I just use gay. Yeah. It's all gay to me.
I say whatever the hell that comes in my mind. I don't really care.
Right.
You know what
I mean,
happened to me this week?
What?
I had a situation happen.
What's
With
that?
a gay?
Me and my boss were meeting at a coffee shop.
Oh boy.
We went to a coffee shop, but like
Oh
he
boy.
goes to random coffee shops sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, let's go to this
Go
place. I don't know,
on.
something about bees, and they had a honey product in there selling on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool.
Do tell.
The place was pretty freaking woke. Like even when you walk in, you're like, yeah, this is woke as F. Just because just the
what
crowd
did the
is
dude
like,
with the assless chaps not tip you off, or
no, well,
Oh.
it was the dude with boobs, the very
Oh.
tall, not so
I see.
nicely done up male,
Oh,
previously male,
previously
something
male.
in between. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
but and there was lots of foreigners. There's lots of foreigners in the city anyway. But yeah, it just seemed like pretty wokish. But whatever, I don't care. I'm just sitting there getting a coffee. So we order, and we're just getting some drinks, and she's like, "We'll bring the drinks to you, or we'll call you for the drinks, I guess." And there's just like not busy at all at the moment when we're in there, as far as at the cash. And my boss, who is actually, he looks kind of Middle Easternish, like very light. He's actually like Mediterranean. But still, nonetheless, he you can tell he's not a white dude, clearly. He gets his drink not long after, maybe, like a minute. And so we sit there, and my coffee doesn't come up. And then a couple more people, I wasn't really paying attention at first, like, because there was other people coming in. And then I noticed, like, some of the people were getting their drinks and nothing been said about mine. And I brought it up to him. This is the third time, twice before I explained to him about how sometimes I watch, because it seems like, I'm getting, I don't even know what terms I would use,
You're getting sort of I don't know, like you feel like you're you're not getting the service you deserve because why? Because you're just a normal white guy, or
Yeah,
you're
but I
like
forget which term because I didn't really use racism to bond, but there's something else. Anyway, I would say.
oh, okay.
But anyway, so I explained this to him, right? That this is kind of bruise on the extreme left because on one side there is minorities, and then the opposite of that is the straight white male, and that's become a target in the extreme.
You feel it's a
Literally,
discrimination thing?
yeah. There we go, discrimination. Yeah, like I've told him about this, and then again I had brought it up, and yeah, I don't think he believes me. So he sees probably things that are a little bit more on the leftish side. Of course, he's there's other things, but generally he sees more general stuff, kind of. So he didn't I mean, he didn't really respond, but I guess he didn't really believe me before. And then this time, and I said it to him, like, this is funny. I want to see how, like, I find this so fascinating, right? I want to see how long this goes. And then the second time I brought up, he's like, "Oh, what the hell? I'm going to get your coffee." So he goes up, which is kind of fantastic. Because I mean, obviously, I would have went up and said something. I don't give a shit. They're not hurting my feelings any. I find it, like I said, I find it fascinating. I get a kick out of it, and like try not to laugh. And he
And
goes
why
up
do you
and
feel? Let me
gets it.
ask you this. So before you go,
Uh-huh.
why do you feel? And if this has happened before, what makes you feel, or what makes you think, and why would they discriminate?
Because I'm a white dude. I'm just a regular straight white dude.
Oh, so you feel okay. So because you don't look like you don't look the part in a sense in that area.
Well, I'm a white
I'm
dude
assuming
without
there's
rainbows or blue hair or
So is it like literally everyone else is that way in this bar in this area? Are you the only guy that looks normal is what I'm saying? Like a normal
pretty
regular
much.
Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay.
In that case, in that
Wow.
place, pretty much. Except later on, another worker came in. He was a white dude. So anyway, the girl that was taking the order was a young, some sort of Asian, but the other girl was a little bit older, white lady, middle age. I think she was the main issue with to me. I'm not sure where the other one seemed kind of neutral. I got no idea if she thought anything or if they have an inside thing going on. I don't know. That would be my assumption that they have an inside thing going on, right? Clearly you work there. But anyway, so he went out and got it, and she got it right away. He came back and he's like, "You're right." I can't ignore the truth, like, because he when he said something, he's seeing her response, and her response wasn't that like, "Oh, they forgot," or "Oh, I'm sorry." It's, "I'll get that for you. I was getting that right now," or something. But anyway, I'm sure he could sense the vibe, right? I didn't really see what was going on,
So
but he
they
knew.
were
He knew. He's
yeah.
like, "I can't deny it. The truth. You're right." I
Huh.
get a kick out of
Isn't that
that.
interesting?
Yeah.
So they actually like were just sort of like not wanting to serve you, like just hoping you'd probably just leave. Is what is I mean
No, they
that's
were. I was calling it just reverse racism, right? That's it.
yeah. No, I get it. I mean, like, but I'm just curious.
They
What
didn't want to serve me
response
because they don't like
want
me.
to serve you? Like that's weird.
They're gonna
Right?
make me come up and ask for it again before they got it.
They want to make it
Being
difficult for
idiots.
you, like
Sure. I don't know.
like. Well, we're not going to serve some cis
Yeah,
male.
I got a kick out of it, man. I was like, it's so fascinating.
How
These
weird.
people are so like, how much of an idiot are you? Like, I just
Yeah.
because they're like kids, right? I just can't understand. And she actually left. Like the shifts must have changed when we were there, like I said. And I seen her walk by. Man, she was a sour looking lady.
Yeah.
Like middle aged, probably not married. She waited too long.
Huh.
Cranky, hates her job, hates everything. That's just it. They're full of hate. It's horrible.
Yeah. Oh no, dude. It's like that side of the aisle. Okay. Like you can. I don't know. Anytime I see like somebody who's really, really like 100%, they're drinking the Kool-Aid 100%. They're not happy people. I mean, like they always look very like I don't know, like mentally they're just they seem a little bit angry and bitter about the world, and like they think everyone's out to like God forbid. It's like a kind of weird dynamic that you have like with the whole Trump thing, and like and I get the politics, and it's like this ultimate hatred for one person. But and I always ask, like, what is it that he did? Like, explain it. Like, what rights did he take away from you? Was he rounding, people that were LGBTQ up or something? Was he put him in jail? I mean, what is it? The only thing they can really say is they can bring up this stuff about the, Roe v. Wade stuff or whatever. But that's a weird one because like he wasn't even in office when that happened. Like he wasn't even there, so they still pinned it on him. It was like it's Trump anyway. He's working in the background. He's taking away, and it's a states' right issue. It's not even really gone. In fact, in some states, it's even say it's more pro um, abortion than it was before. The states have made their own decisions on how they want to proceed with it, right? And so if you don't, and I honestly think that's legit like the fairest way to handle this thing. It shouldn't be the federal government forcing everybody to do it because in certain places it goes against their religion and their just moral background on it. And they feel like, you know what? We don't really want to kill the unborn. Okay. And so, yeah, I find it an honest, truly a good ruling. I don't think it's any problem. If you are the type of person that feels like, you know, that's not how you want to, then there's all kinds of places that allow it. You can go live in one of those states. It's simple as that, really, but whatever. But yeah.
I want to
But
make
when
a side
Tom,
note on my
yeah,
story. When I ordered, he ordered, and then as often he asked what I want, and I ordered. So actually, he paid for it. He was ordering, right?
uh-huh.
So when he went up, he wasn't going up for my order. It was really his, technically, right?
Yeah.
He was. I just wanted to say that I'm not going to have him go up when I went and got it, and they didn't serve it. I would have went up and got it myself, right?
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, I was happy. Initially, I didn't think of it, and then when he was going up, I was like, oh, actually, this is great because he's the minority guy. And so they're going to feel like they probably never imagined that he's going to come up and ask, where's the coffee? They were expecting me to come up and ask, where's the coffee, right?
Now,
So I thought it was
do you
hilarious
think
that
there would have
they're
been a
going to be
problem?
like, oh, feel that.
Do you think there would have been a problem if you went and asked for your coffee?
No, she would have got it for
No,
me.
but she would have. Okay.
Just would have been a bitch
I
about
was
it.
just wondering, like, yeah, like how, like over the top it would have been. Yeah.
No, it's not like they don't have a choice. They work there. They have to get it for me.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and my boss totally wanted to, because sometimes he does like Google reviews or something. He was totally wanting to write shit up. He started writing shit up and then asked me to read it and show me his phone. What else should I put? I'm like, dude, don't even bother with that shit. It ain't worth it. Fuck him. Like, and he's like, yeah, I guess I won't bother. And then again later, he's like, oh, I want to do a review so bad.
Yeah.
Happy about it.
No, I get it, man. I mean, oh, I don't know. I mean,
Didn't get caught up in the system in the bullshit.
well, it's
right?
weird is
Same with the
again,
politics for that matter.
same type of deal, Noble. There was somebody, I think it was Subway or something, and it said they had a shirt that said something about, I don't know. I can't remember if it was political or religious or whatever, but the person literally behind it was like, I'm not going to make you a sandwich. You can get out, and dude's like, what for what? Like what I did. And I don't remember what it was, but it was kind of crazy because I remember all this crap was made about a couple that owned a cake business that was like, we really don't want to bake cakes for people who are homosexual and getting married. And then, oh my God, oh, it's like, they're going back to Jim Crow laws or something, like they were like, oh, you can't just refuse service to somebody that's like, when blacks were refused service in the South and bringing all that up. And it's like, oh my God. So like I think their only problem is they said it out loud, right? If they had just said something like, well, we're just really busy right now, we won't be able to fulfill your order, that type of thing, they might have thought they were just being a-holes and whatever, but there's no proof they were, right? But because they're just like openly like, yeah, we don't serve your kind, you people type thing, it's like, oh shit. So it probably could have been handled a little bit better.
It wasn't about serving them or not. It was the fact that they would be making a cake for a wedding.
A wedding,
for a gay
right.
wedding. So
Yes.
supporting gay marriage.
It's supporting gay marriage, right?
That's
what
the
I mean.
difference. It wasn't just serving them or not.
Well, no, but I
So
mean,
they
it is
had a
serving
little
them
bit. They
in
had
a
a little bit of a
sense.
standing, or an argument to be made, at
Well,
least, right?
in a sense, they're asking for a cake to be made. That's a service industry, right? So, I mean, like, I get what you're saying too. But I mean, it wasn't that day, but I'm saying it was for later. But nonetheless, I mean, it was a big
Yeah, like
deal,
they would have
right?
sold a cake to any gay person, no problem. It was a fact of what it was for, right? That they weren't
I don't
asking.
know. I really don't know. I mean, maybe they were anti. Let's be
It
honest. I
was.
mean,
That's what. Like I
I
looked into it.
mean, I
Like
mean,
some
if
people were
I'm
saying.
there and I'm like, yeah, and it's just a gay person, they're getting a cake. Well, it's not going to look the same, unless it's a wedding cake, right? So I think obviously that was an issue, the wedding part. But I don't know. I don't know if they would have been like any gay person go walk in and get it. You're probably right. That probably wouldn't have been an issue. I'm thinking it wouldn't have been, but yeah, I don't remember the whole gist. It's just the way it was all blown out of proportion in the media. But now, if you like stand up and you're a Christian or you're something like that, they can refuse service to you, and nobody says shit. There's not this crazy firestorm in the media over it, and all of us are like, oh my god, because it's so weird how it's just like it's just blown. It's like, well, that's literally the same type of thing. You know, I mean, and nothing's done about it. Nothing's ever said. So it's kind of weird how the world is right now. I mean, dude, I don't know. Again, how do we change? This is what freaks me out too. I think about it's a lot of like how we change all this. How do we go back to some sort of, uh, sort of common sense approach to things instead of everybody being so goddamn triggered and emotional about everything, and well, something somebody says, and oh my god, and then everything's blown up proportion in the media over it because it's a race thing or it's a sex thing or whatever. And I don't honestly know how we get back to that, Noble. I mean, I rack my head around it I think about it all the time. Like, how do we fix this? Because somehow we have some people have just like become super emotional and triggered over everything. And I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know how we cease to exist as human beings, expressing our feelings and without, doing it without some sort of understanding that maybe not everybody sees the world the way you do, and don't take everything, to heart. Like, it's okay. And people might even offend you, and it's all right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
The catch is the media and everything else, right?
Yeah.
It's all pushing these agendas pretty heavy. If it was actually naturally going on, it would be swung back pretty hard by now already. Pretty far, really.
Yeah.
But the
It's sort of-
TV's the TV and all the corporations, and they're all pushing it.
This sort of gives you this video right here. The rest of it gives you sort of an insight as to just how maybe people think. And again, it's weird how I can see this girl behind her, and this I'm assuming, I want to assume gender. It looks like a girl too. But it's weird to me, like, again, it's that same look in the eyes. It's the same demeanor. It's weird. It's like if you have this demeanor, you're gonna vote this way.
Empty.
Very empty. Yeah. So let's see it.
How the Republicans are handling everything. It's just putting more and more stress on us, like basically taking away everything we have. And it's just important that we feel safe.
Taking away everything we have. Okay. Wow. Okay. Again,
Name
I
one
don't know where
thing. Name
these are
one.
just empty claims. I mean, there's no basis of fact in any of this.
Just even living here, because everyone's been wanting to like leave the country, and this is like the only chance we have to properly fix everything.
What about you?
I would definitely say that I want to keep my rights. I really do. As a queer individual and someone who's physically disabled, and may not like be able to do certain things, I feel like they probably wouldn't have accommodations for someone like me, especially given that I like women as a woman. Um, I want to keep access to my bank accounts. I would like to keep making money. I don't want to be some man's object. I really don't. It's the whole thing with
Don't
Project
worry.
I
think you're safe.
Don't worry, babe. Yeah, I don't know what she's on. Like, yeah, there's not a bunch of men lining up going, I want to make you my object of desire.
Look at her eyes.
Look at, I
Look at her
know,
eyes.
right? Rah! Like, oh, can't imagine. Anyway, this person right here, she's just like one of those like over emotional, nerdy kind of girls that's just like, you know, whatever. She's just everything. She's over hypersensitive about everything. And she's just wrong. I mean, she probably watches too much social media that has filled her head full of bullshit, and she really believes it. That's crazy. It's like they've locked people in their own minds, and they don't realize that if you just stop worrying, like just go out and enjoy the world, man. Like just go out and enjoy, walk in the park. Don't worry. Just because someone doesn't know that you're a queer or doesn't know you're sexual, who gives a fuck? You know, just go for a walk. Just enjoy it. You know, whatever you want to do. You can do all the things in life everyone else does. You know, the forefront of who you want to sleep with really doesn't need to be anybody's business. It's like they want to make it our business. That's what's weird. It's like they want to push it on. I don't get it, man. It's odd. Anyway, we'll finish it up.
Terrifying. I don't like. I read through some of it, and it was just
Oh,
insane. It's bad.
Yeah.
they're talking about that thing they wrote and they're blaming it on
Project
Trump.
2025
That Project 2025, yeah.
isn't
Yeah,
real.
I mean, I guess it's some think tank somebody wrote up, but I mean, it has nothing to do with Trump. And I don't think that, I think that it literally is like, it's like the talking points that the left probably like doesn't, kind of whispers about like what they think the Republicans are going to do.
It's
And
gonna
there
be
it is
the
in black and
Handmaid
white
and
now.
Pam.
Yeah, they're going to force us to marry a man with a penis. Oh,
They're ridiculous. They honestly believe it too.
yeah.
They're going to take our rights away because I'm a woman and I won't be able to have a job anymore. Like, what? What are
I
you
know,
talking
right?
about?
We're gonna force you. No, honey, you go ahead and work all you want, and don't worry about being that object. You don't worry about that either. You're good. I promise you, you're good.
You know,
what
when that
is
Project 2025 came up, it was being used in a way to say the claim that Trump was literally going to take over democracy, right?
Yes,
So
yeah. Oh,
there wouldn't be another election after him,
right?
And it basically be a coup d'état. And even my boss brought this up because of something he's seeing. I was like, that's not really even possible. They have a division of powers in America. And I was thinking about it, like, because I didn't really see this coming. I was like, well, was it like the Congress controls the money and the different legislative branch and the laws? And I'm like, I guess if he could like get the military on his side, it's possible. Like you need the military, clearly. And then even then, and obviously the reality of that is the military isn't going to shoot their own people. The military ain't going to do it. Like I just don't.
Well, I don't think so. And I think they're the biggest. None of that makes any sense doing it like governmentally. I think that if I think people would what they should worry about would be people not trusting government anymore, not trusting elections, and us having some sort of civil unrest against the powers that be and doing like what they did in Bangladesh and ousting their leaders. It's that type of thing,
You need a major uprising to bring in like National Guard. You can either try to create a police state, or you could do it under like with the COVID bit, something emergency measures, right? You can try to pull it off one of those two ways, or with war.
Right.
If you can have the war situation, take advantage of that.
I mean, you're not going to be dropping like, you're not going to, be flying over F-15s and dropping bombs on citizens. I don't think that. The only thing the National Guard would do is just protect Washington and make sure that people didn't get it and try to like, hunker down until people calm down. That's the best I could hope for. Other than that, then, if if they broke through and something happened like that, or I mean, who knows? But like, if that were a situation where we were totally, truly, like people had enough and they want to change their government, like that's kind of what, dude. I mean, that's what the Second Amendment's for. I mean, not saying that I would ever want that to happen, but like, that's what it's there for. It's to,
Once Trump hit his 4 years, like, who's going to go along with him?
Right.
Not enough people to go along with him to let him get away with it, of not having an election. Like, I guess you can make up a reason, whether it be
I
war or
mean,
whatever,
I guess him and
and it may
Putin.
happen.
I mean, him and Putin could have a proxy war or something, like, and they could claim that we're at war. So that would be one way to stay in power. He could do that with Putin. Like, I guess if Putin and him were like, hey, man, I need another 4 years, bro. We need to mix it up a little bit. You mind doing it? And he's like, yeah, no problem. Like, I mean, I guess theoretically something like that could happen, but then that could lead to terrible things. So, I mean, that might be a powder cake. Maybe not a good idea. But that's one way you could do it, is a war situation. I don't know. I mean, it's weird, man. I was watching something where, did you hear about Israel? They got their hostages back.
No.
Yeah,
I heard
dude.
about an American and Russian swap.
No, dude. So I didn't even know this. It's not even on the news. I happened to be going and flipping channels and went to in America, we have like all these digital channels, right? And it used to be like the channels that worked anyway. You had channel 4, channel 5, channel 8, channel 11, channel 21, channel 33, and maybe you got a higher channel. There was like not that many choices. Well, ever since we went digital, now we have 4-1, 4-4, 4-4, and varying channels like that. Well, I was in the higher echelons. I was in like the 50s or something, and I came across this channel, and it was talking about news over in the Middle East and stuff, and it was talking about how Israel went in there with commandos and got their hostages back from Hezbollah, and I was like, whoa. But what they were saying is that the world leaders are all condemning Israel, saying that they went in there with force and took their hostages back, and they killed some people doing it, right? Well, obviously. And then they were like, well, why didn't you tell the surrounding people that you were coming, so they would know to hide and hunker down, so they wouldn't get hit with friendly fire or whatever? Are you kidding me? You're supposed to tell the surrounding people that, hey, we're going to come in and take our hostages at 11 o'clock tonight. You might want to hunker down about 11:30. Like, you can't say that, right? Like, there's no way that's going to happen. But it's just weird, dude, because like legit, like the EU, like people running the EU and stuff are saying that Israel's horrible for that. I'm thinking to myself, fuck, man, if I was ever to get taken as a hostage, I would hope to God I was an Israeli citizen. They're the only ones that go in there and fucking save your ass. I give them credit for that, dude. Like, you look at their history of retrieving hostages. It's fucking spectacular. I mean, way better than any other country. I mean, America isn't even that good. Okay, they go in
would
there.
Just stay away from the odds of it being in a country where I'm going to get kidnapped.
Well,
Become a hostage.
Probably, yeah. I'm just saying, if I was gonna become a hostage, I'm just saying, I would hope I was a Jew, because they seem to care about getting their hostages back. Okay, and they don't fuck it up like other countries. So they did it, and the extraction happened, and everyone was like super excited in Israel to have their family members back and whatnot. Nice, but boy, you see the world's pissed. They're
looking
mad at
for
Israel
what
for
talking
getting
about, and I don't see it clearly in the news.
Really? See, that should be front and center headlines, because those
I'm wondering
people
how
have been
many
hostages since October
hostages are you
7th.
talking about, and how many?
There was like
remaining?
4 of them, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant more.
I'm just saying, it's kind of crazy. Like, I've never been a huge fan of like, Zionism or anything like that, right? But at the same time, I mean, hey, I'm looking over here to see how they're, portraying Israel, and the fact that they can even find something negative to say about retrieving people that were taken hostage. Like, this is the kind of world we're living in now. It's unbelievable. So, golly, it's unreal. Anyway, so yeah, if you can find that article, it's a really interesting article. And on the news, it was. I was like, wow, and I would never saw it on my local news. They would have never. They didn't even. Not going to mention it. I find that very strange. Let's see here. What time is it? We're moving up on almost 1:30. So I think we should think about calling it quits, guys.
Yeah, me and Kitten are getting tired.
Yeah, it is getting there. I'm just looking at a few things here. Wow.
What?
Well, I mean, some people do some strange stuff. This girl decided she is fully like, whatever. I guess you're all in on your candidate. That's great. A chick got a Trump tattoo on her forehead. I think that's going a little too far, personally. I think there's other ways to support your candidate. But she is all in on some Trump. Here we go.
No way. It's not real.
It's got to be temporary.
Damn.
Oh, I could be wrong.
Oh, dude. That looks pretty legit, bro.
Maybe.
Shit.
They still have the fading ink, though.
I need to see up close.
That's what
She
I'm
really
hoping.
got in her.
Dude. The hell are you thinking? Dude. What the... I mean, look, wow. Okay. Well, I mean, people show support in different ways. I hope she's not going to regret that decision. I mean, I get it, man. He's my guy right now compared to what we got to choose from. I'm sticking with him 100%. I think it's going to be wild, man. What's about to happen here? I was trying to find that one where Raskin. Where is that little rat? That little rat, Raskin. Hold on. See if I can find that video. Raskin talks. Let me see here. Raskin. That Congress will. Okay, so this happened 4 days ago. So top Democrat Jamie Raskin warned that Congress will ban Trump if he wins the presidential election. So he's gonna. Let me go here. There he is, little rat. I found that this is how these people are sick. Here it is.
That Section 3 of the 14th Amendment presents a clear and unequivocal statement that anyone who has sworn an oath of office, and by the way, not just a president, but members of Congress and others who hold federal office, who engage in insurrection or rebellion, having sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution against enemies, foreign and domestic, can never serve again in federal or state office. And this was added after the Civil War as a general constitutional principle, and we have to abide by it.
So that was when the Democrats were trying to lay the groundwork for having state courts.
Okay, so basically he's saying that they can nullify Trump's presidency by saying that he engaged in insurrection of on January 6th. 2020, right? And they can make the claim that he was a part of all that, so he can't serve in office anymore. But no one's even brought that up the entire time while he's running for president. But he just literally, I guess, showed his ass and said that he was going to try to get that done. But dude, that I don't see how that would even work, because that would even go to the Supreme Court, and even the Supreme Court would be like, dude, that's ridiculous, because he's never even been charged with any of that. And how do you even prove he had anything to do with January 6th at all when he said, please just go make your voices heard and demonstrate peaceably, and don't, he never said, storm the Capitol, let's burn this bitch down. He never said any of that. I mean, he wasn't leading an insurrection. So he's just wacky. Like, that dude Raskin is nutball. So I don't think there's anything that can come out of it, but I find it interesting that, like, this is how worried they are. Like, they're ready to find any kind of loophole, man. Here we go again with Russian collusion and all the lies. It's again, interesting times we live in, people. So I just thought I would share that with you. That got brought up on one of the feeds earlier, and I thought, dude, that's crazy. So anyway, you know what? Let's do this. Who's still here? Hey, man, I can't believe that girl tattooed Trump on her forehead. I was like,
I
that's
can't
going
believe
way
I
over the
got a
top.
Scare Beetle tramp stamp just to cover a birthmark.
Oh, whatever. You love it. You love it. Now I believe in the Scare Beetle tramp stamp. Let's see. Participants list. We have a Crunchy Bee, Dean Johnson, Fizzy Pop, Grand Tour Richard, Jennifer Richardson, Joe Bloor, Ken Ross, Cricket, Lothar, Noise Guru, and many, many more hiding in the background. And you know what? I hope you guys are having a good night. And if you get a chance, take a peek outside. Tonight and tomorrow night, we do have that meteor shower I talked about earlier. Kind of cool. I mean, I hope something comes out of it. I mean, I love a good
Yeah,
meteor
get some
shower.
pictures if you can. We're getting rain,
NASA,
so I probably won't be able to see anything.
yeah, NASA says it's supposed to be just a spectacular event, but then again, that's NASA. What the hell do they know? You know, I don't know. We'll see what happens with all that, but I'm going to check it out, and hopefully, I'm not going anywhere. They say you're supposed to go to a darker area. I'm just hoping for the bright ones, and you should be able to see quite a few of them. Anyway, I hope you guys get a chance to do that. Always kind of neat. Always enjoyed them. And is there anything else you guys want to share before we go?
Oh,
I do not endorse the beetle butt tattoo.
it's not real. I'm too chicken to get a tattoo.
Damn. You should do it with the wings of the beetle spreading out over your top of your ass. That'd be awesome.
Maybe I could get like a fake
you know what I'm talking about?
tattoo.
I'm just wondering, are you envisioning a beetle on its way out or its way in?
On the way out.
Either way, I don't think I like it. But
I'm thinking it's blanketing, really. It's the beetle, and then the wings are kind of on the ass cheeks, but then
maybe
the two
he's
are
on
gonna
his way
spin
out rolling the bit of shit.
Oh my god. That's a dung beetle, not a scare beetle.
That is a scarab beetle, actually. They're called, that ball that they have it represents sun and all sorts of. I think why they like the beetle is the I don't know. I believe in that conspiracy about the wings, where they levitate, and yeah,
There's
there was
many
some sort of
things that were
properties.
used positive, negative ways.
Yeah,
Different
right.
symbols and things that go back and forth. How far back in human history do you want to go, and how much do we really know?
Right. Well, it's weird too when you talk
That's
about
like the snake eating its own tail. I think actually it
Ouroboros.
might be in relation to matter, because that's what I think matter is. It's a wave coming back around on itself in perfect phase.
Some
So
people that
maybe the snake
believe-
thing is the individualism of matter, of energy. Be an
Some
individual.
people believe that the Bible is kind of written, if you really look at the deeper meaning of it, it's actually quantum physics. So you're right. So maybe it.
What
like
is it?
all-
What are you saying? Do you know
like,
anymore?
They were saying just like the stories of the Bible, the way
The
they're written out.
Ouroboros?
No. Oh, the Ouroboros. You're saying matter, right? And so I'm saying there's always a deeper meaning to these ancient symbols,
Right.
and they always try to tell us. And it was so funny. I actually watched Ancient Aliens last night.
Did
Oh
you?
my God,
I considered
yeah.
looking at that. I think I might have looked at it a little bit once ages ago, but
I watched some Ancient Aliens, and it was like, dude, these are it's so just, oh my God, it's just they dumb it down so bad.
Is it
It's
like
like
nothingness?
everything.
It's a bunch of fucking claims, essentially, and then a little
So,
bit of something to show.
well, I mean, from the research I did a long time ago with the Bible, at least, there was more of a scientific meaning to the Bible than people give it credit for. Like I can explain more, but what happened was with ancient aliens, dude, everything, like all the ancient sites and all the stuff we've looked at Mandela wise, like they'll talk about Easter Island, they'll talk about the pyramids, they'll talk about whatever, and like this, it's just all broken down into and dude, can you just help me with this, because am I crazy, or did they not prove that Stonehenge was built right in the
Yeah.
1930s? They actually put those stones there together. Why the fuck do they
I don't
still?
think that was proven.
I think it's
it was
proven.
done. It was like the renovations or something. Like they put.
Okay,
back
yeah,
or something.
but the renovations were putting stones on top of stones. I think all the stones were on the ground. I think they did that, and they
Maybe.
literally come back and
They reassembled some of it.
They reassembled it, right? I think we all agree. So why is it that on those shows like that, they're acting like, oh, the ancient Druids built this for a religious temple, and it's so full of shit. Like everything just goes back down to like we were just so, we're just running around, and we're just like, oh, I don't know what else to do. Let's worship something. Okay, let's stick some rocks straight up, and yeah, we'll build some shit and we'll worship some. What the hell? Like they have no clue. Everything is just basically back to some sort of religious ceremonial thing or whatever. They can't even explain the ceremony, Anyway, I just thought last night I just was laughing my ass off because it's all actors, right? That you have all the guys and they all believe the same shit, and they just kind of word it in their own quote opinion. But dude, it's all the same person, same thought, different person giving you the same exact BS. And then they have that one guy, the one with the tan and the crazy hair, like he's a crazy, like, I don't know, intellectual dude, like whatever. And he's like like the main guy on Ancient Aliens there, what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. I can't think of his name. But anyway, last time I was watching that going, oh my God. And I'm dying inside because I just can't believe how idiotic it is. Anyway, sorry about all that. Let's close it up. We have participants. You're still there. Okay, guys. Oh, Splatter showed up. Hey man, what's going on, Bubba? All right. So with that, guys, thank you all for being a part of this broadcast. We really had a good time tonight, and we'll be back next week. Pretty much same. I'll try Friday. If not Friday, it's always Saturday, guys. Thanks again, and take care. Have a great rest of your weekend. We love you all, and God bless. Good night, guys.